Now please sing along and sing proudly as the Marine Band San Diego presents the Star-Spangled Banner. The Marine Band San Diego with our national anthem.
We are Black Hawk. We are San Diego.
Line drive up the middle. That's a base hit. Here comes Amarista around third. Charging the ball span. Here's the throw to the plate. He's in there. The Padres take the lead 2-1. Eighth inning last night, Everett Cabrera's game-winning RBI as the Padres come off with an exciting 2-1 victory over the Washington Nationals as we welcome you to Petco Park in San Diego. Final game of this four-game series, the Nationals and the Padres.
And a happy Sunday to you. A happy Fun Day Sunday with Mark Grant, Dick Enberg. Terrific game last night. Low scoring, but quickly played. 2 hours and 1 minute, and exciting for the home crowd to root for a win. And then today they try to square the series with Andrew Kashner.
And it's all about pitching, is it not? Last night we saw Eric Stoltz, and hopefully Andrew Kashner can follow suit. The last 2 times out, he has just been spectacular. 7 1/3 innings pitched. The last time against the Orioles, what was the big key? The changeup. Remember, out of the bullpen, he was throwing 100, 101. Well, now he's throwing 95, 96. He has to incorporate the changeup. Not only to lefties, but you know what I love, Dick? To the righties as well. It's such a great pitch. He's got great arm action, great location. Only 7 strikeouts, but you know what? The strikeouts will come, right. And if he can get early outs, throw fewer pitches, hey, that's going to take him deeper into the ball game. This is his 6th start. He's getting better and better with each start.
He is indeed. The last 2 starts giving up only 1 earned run and a batting average of 184. Well, in last night's 2-1 win, there were many stars. Here's Kelly Kroll to acknowledge one of those.
Yeah, that's right. Great performances all around, but you can't say enough about the job John Baker did. Not only calling a great game, but he also had 2 very important throwouts at second, something he admitted working on this week, and it certainly paid off last night. He also had that big leadoff base hit there in the 8th inning, but after the game, John Baker, the only thing he wanted to do, give props to his starter.
He didn't shake one time today in the game. Complete faith in the pitches, in the scouting report that Darren put together, and the pitches that I put down, and he executed everything. You know, he throws a lot of pitches in that kind of 76 to 84 range, but when he needs to, he throws the ball. You know, he had a few 90-mile-an-hour fastballs tonight, and that's such a gigantic velocity range, and it's very difficult for guys to be on time when things are so different, and they can happen at any time.
That is your Geico quote of the game, and I thought it was pretty funny. John Baker said that fist pump he gave was actually harder than the throw he made to second, but either way, a big couple outs there from John Baker, and it was just fun to watch as a baseball fan, him and Eric Stoltz being so in sync, guys.
And we can't overlook, Kelly, the fact that it was Baker's single that led off the 8th inning that led to the winning run 2-1 victory. Well, the players have taken the field and acknowledged their support to the Marines. Good hearty handshake, and we're set to go. Today's Nationals lineup is brought to you by Hyundai. And here's the starting lineup for Davy Johnson's men in red. Denard Span, Steve Lombardozzi hit second, Ryan Zimmerman third, Adam LaRoche the cleanup hitter, Tyler Moore the left fielder, Roger Bernardino will start in right field, Danny Espinosa the shortstop, Kurt Suzuki behind the plate for veteran Dan Herron, who is 5-3 lifetime against the Padres.
Well, Andrew Kashner, let's talk about the scouting report for the right-hander. We mentioned in our open he's getting better and better. Ditto. What do I mean by that? Ditto of his last start. 7 1/3. He had a great outing. Only 2 runs, 1 which was earned. He gave up 1 home run. He walked away with a no decision. And then also 1 pitch at a time. You know, there are times when pitchers look at the big picture and they worry about who's up next or the situation. If he can concentrate on the numbers, put down, and the glove pitch by pitch, he should have one heck of an outing this afternoon.
And here's the defense behind him, brought to you by Aramco. Quentin in left, Venable in center, and Blanks will start in right field today. Headley, Cabrera, Jerko, and Alonso on the infield. Nick Hundley behind the plate, and Andrew Kashner, a 26-year-old fireballer from Lufkin, Texas, on the mound. And good to have Carlos Quentin, after the paternity leave of 3 games, back in the starting lineup in left field. Padres begin today 5.5 games behind the Western leaders. The Arizona Diamondbacks now in front, a game ahead of San Francisco. Washington is a game and a half behind Atlanta in second place in the East. Beautiful day. Magnificent Chamber of Commerce, San Diego afternoon, 68 degrees, light breeze as usual on to the southwest.
Does it get any better than this? What a great afternoon to pitch in the big leagues for Andrew Kashner, and for the Padres to split the series of this 4-game series with the Nationals.
And for the fans to enjoy, the fans at the park It's packed out there on the lawns out in right center field. We're set to go. Kashner to Denard Span. Span, like the leadoff hitter for the Padres, Everett Cabrera, neither man has hit into a double play. In fact, Cabrera's had more at bats without hitting into a ground ball double play than anyone in the National League. This man is third. And the first pitch of the game, a fastball misses up and away. A couple of one-run decisions the last two games. Extra innings win for Washington. On Friday night, the 2-1 win last night for the Padres as Span spools that one off to the left. Infielders, outfielders with their sunglasses. A very bright sunny day.
It doesn't look to be any clouds in the sky, so you gotta, as soon as that ball goes up, shade that sun with your glove so you can make the catch.
2-1 now to the leadoff man for the Nationals. It's a lineup without Jason Worth, who's still on the DL, a right hamstring. They thought he might come back for the weekend. And Bryce Harper again is out of the starting lineup for Washington with that sore knee when he crashed into the wall at Dodger Stadium. 3 balls and a strike to Span. And Eric Stoltz started last night, walked the leadoff man. Span able to get a quick double play and went on to throw hitless ball for 5 innings. Loop behind short. Cabrera is able to backpedal out and grab it for the out. Steve Lombardozzi, the second baseman, the hitter.
You know, it just goes to prove that Andrew Cashner has the good fastball. That was a fastball count 3-1, and he just literally knocked the bat out of Span's hand. A weak fly ball in the infield.
Lombardozzi in this lineup of the 8 regulars, 4 of them are hitting .210 or poorer. .210 Lombardozzi, and then Moore, Bernardina, and Espinoza all in the 100s. Not scoring a lot of runs, Washington, but they've got the great pitching staff.
And as a pitcher, you have to bear down as if they're hitting .310, right? There's no let up. I don't care if a guy is hitting 180, 120, 136.
Fly ball, left field. Quinton coming in. 2 weak fly balls to start the game as Cashner uses the changeup on Lombardozzi.
Broke it out early, I should say, and the hitter Lombardozzi way out in front of it. Watch how he kind of reaches for this one. Can't stay back off the end of the bat. No pop in that swing.
Nice movement. Huh?
Yeah, and the new Papa makes the catch out there, Carlos Quentin.
Third hitter is Ryan Zimmerman, the third baseman, at 272. Hit his second home run on Friday night. That one hit in the same area, but not as deep. 3 fly balls. Blanks takes care of this one in the Petco porch corner. A quick 1-2-3 inning. Cashner getting the Nationals to hit the ball in the air. Let's check Bud Black's starting lineup on this 4th game of the series. Brought to you by Toyota. Cabrera, Venable, Headley, Quinton in the cleanup spot. Yonder Alonso at first. Big home run last night for Alonso. Jed Jerko will bat 6th. Then Kyle Blanks brings his power bat into the lineup, batting 7th. Nick Hundley, and then Cashner.
A scouting report on right-hander veteran Dan Herron. This guy's a good one. Command, and more command. He can dot the I with the best of them. He is an extremely good athlete. And you know what? He's just not a good hitting pitcher. He's a good hitter. So that's something that the Padres pitching staff, Andrew Kashner, has to really think about this afternoon.
And Mark Grant, his record of consistency in the last 8 seasons, he's had at least 30 starts all 8 seasons. He's won at least 12 games. Yeah, he gives you good outings and good results. In fact, the Padres were interested in signing him as a free agent, but the Nationals stepped up with a 1-year, $13.2 million deal, and so he went on to the nation's capital.
You're going to see a lot of cutters, Mr. Enberg, out of the hand of Dan Herron. Fastball, split, and a curveball. Cutters and splits.
Fouled at the plate by Cabrera, who had the game winner last night in the 8th inning with 2 outs and Amarista at second base.
What a great at-bat that was, huh? That was fun to see. Utilizing the center of the diamond, playing a little pepper, scoring a run.
He's doing something he didn't do last year. Gets 2 strikes, chokes up on the bat, and then lines one for a base hit. Yes, sir. Cabrera picks up where he left off last night. Solid single to left field. Cabrera stumbling as he delivered that base hit and acting as though might have twisted something.
Let's check it out. The swing, check him out of the box.
Ooh, the left leg gives away.
As he starts to plant, he rolls his left ankle. Did you see that?
Yep. It didn't look severe. I mean, if he didn't roll onto it, he rolled around it, which is better than when you put full weight and the buckles underneath you. Of course,
you know what he's got to do?
$1 million legs. Oh, do the Ty Cobb.
He's got to do the old limping in pain and say, I'm okay. The next pitch, bam! Right. Steal second base.
That's exactly right. I was thinking the same thing. Oh, man, I don't know if I'm going to be able to play. Hello, I'm on second base.
Yeah, he's telling LaRoche right now, gosh, it hurts so badly. I don't think I'm going to be able to run.
15 stolen bases for Cabrera. He leads the National League as he did at the end of last season. He does not go, and Venable takes a strike on the inside corner. Will checking in at 2:30. One of 2 Padres with 5 home runs. Alonso the other. Aaron, now 32. Went to high school in Southern California, La Puente, Bishop Amat, and then on to an All-America career at Pepperdine. And another Padre comes up limping. That's 2 for 2.
That is what's going to happen when Herron throws that cutter into lefties. Inside of the right shin. Yeah, that'll bring you to your knees. But that's a tough pitch to square up when it's in that perfect spot. Just take a look at the National League leaders in the stolen base department. Hey, our guy, Everett Cabrera. He's got Padres on his chest, leading the charge.
4 for 4 in this series.
And Todd Hutchison having a little discussion, and I'll tell you those are foul balls that. Now he's. I didn't even know he had a pad on underneath there.
Move it a little lower. It didn't protect him on this swing. You could just see the pad actually hit right on the edge of the pad. That may have intensified the pain. Set to go. Leadoff single for Cabrera. No one out. Venable in the hole, 2 strikes. There he goes. Pitch is low. Suzuki's throw is not in time. Number 16 for Cabrera.
Oh, you got to love it. Great jump. Herron uses an abbreviated slide step, but still a little slow. And Suzuki doesn't make a bad throw. It's just the speed of Cabrera. Hand on the bag, slap tag, safe.
Vic Carpazza making the call, and Venable goes down swinging, unable to advance Cabrera to third. And here's Chase Headley. And a check of the Nationals defense brought to you by Hyundai. Tyler Moore in left field, Span in center, and Roger Bernardina in right. Around the horn, Zimmerman, Espinoza, Lombardozzi, and LaRoche, with catcher Suzuki and Dan Herron on the mound. Ball one. Headley. Better success so far this year, hitting from the left side, 314. There's his total, 287.
And today we'll be able to keep track of the pitches via the Fox Tracks, brought to you by my great friends, outstanding friends at Southland Technology.
So they must have come over again over the weekend, huh? 2-0.
The best in audio visual for your home or office.
They do a great job.
They do.
Headley with a count in his favor. Quentin will be next. Two balls and a strike. Cut fastball.
That's a good pitch. Well, it just has to move a little bit. Not the true tilt like a good slider. It moves on kind of the same plane. Some guys will get a little bit of tilt on it.
In the dirt, and there goes Cabrera as Suzuki couldn't find the ball. Cabrera 90 feet away from giving the Padres an early lead here in the first. Wild pitch. And Headley with an out can give the Padres the lead.
Well, Suzuki did everything he could. That was a cutter in the dirt, just yanked it. And you check out Cabrera. Daylight. Good secondary lead. And he coasts into third base.
Infield back. They'll concede the run on a ground out. Right, Headley again can't find that cutter. It's 3-2.
Did you see via the Fox Tracks what Herron's trying to do? Just pound down and in to Headley. Look at that. All around here. That lower down and in quadrant to have him swing over the top of a breaking ball.
And that one misses inside. Ball four. Padres have runners at the corners with one out. And Carlos Quentin back in the lineup. His wife Jean presenting a bouncing baby son, Clark, 3 days ago.
Life changer.
Oh boy. Little do they know. First and third for Quentin. Takes it outside. A lot of cutters from Herron here early. Three-time All-Star. Line drive, base hit into the left field corner. That'll get one home, maybe more. Cabrera checks in. Headley's going to turn at third and hold on a ringing double by Carlos Quentin. Padres take the 1-0 lead.
We talked about the cut fastball from Dan Herron. That's a cut fastball. That's a straight fastball, and it's straight down the middle. And I tell you what, Carlos Quentin doesn't miss many fastballs right down the middle. Trying to throw a fastball by him, it's like trying to sneak a sunrise past a rooster. That ain't going to happen.
Haven't used that this year. Very good. Get those ad-libs running now.
I can check that one off.
There you go. Alejandro Alonso homered last night. And with one out has men at second and third. Again, the infield is back with the exception of third baseman Ryan Zimmerman. He would have a play on Headley should it be hit sharply to him. But up the middle you got yourself another run. 1-1. Alonso is the club leader in RBIs with 24. You know, he didn't hit his first home run last year to almost the month of August. His fifth home run. He's already got 5, and he drips this one to right field. Back goes Bernardina and makes the catch as he fades to the warning track. Here comes Headley. It's 2-0, and Quentin tags and moves to third. 2-0 Padres.
Oh, you gotta love it. Just taking a nice easy swing, getting a pitch you can elevate. And once again, you know what's a good sign here? Judging by that swing there, and judging by the pitch out of the hand, it looked like a fastball. That's a good sign. He gave it a pretty good ride. Long enough to score another run. Headley tagging and scoring.
Here's Jerko with Quinton at third, 2 outs. Jerko hitting at .264. Second to Cabrera in hits with, well, actually leads the major league rookies in hits. .39 on the season. Alonso has 40. Cabrera leads with 42.
Base hit to left. Right over the bag. Into the corner. Jerko on his way to second as Quinton scores. It's 3-0 here in the first for the Padres. Jerko's 11th double of the season. He leads the Padres. Good first inning against the talented veteran Dan Herron.
Love the 2-out thunder. 11th double bagger for Jed Jerko. Hey, it's the merry-go-round inning. 1 on, 1 off. Trading places as Quinton's on third. He'll take the double and keep it going. Let's check out the fastball grip. That's a 4-seam fastball. Now remember, that's the pitch that Carlos Quinton hurt Herron on. The 4-seam fastball right down the middle. Jerko capitalized on that one nicely.
So Davey Johnson sends his pitching coach out. What's going on here? Steve McCaddy out to talk with Herron. The Padres roll a 3 here in the first inning, and always a good sign when you score first. Better yet when you put a crooked number up there in the first inning.
A little bit of breathing room. And you know what? It's funny because I was talking to Alonzo Powell before the ball game, and I was talking about, hey, you know what, from an offensive standpoint, what's your game plan? And he said, you know what, we need to get that starting pitcher out of there early. We need to throw up a crooked number early to have our starting pitchers get a little bit of breathing room. And Alonzo Powell, Nostradamus.
Couldn't have written the script
Yes.
better. Here's Kyle Blanks. Ball 1 to him. 2-0.
There's Zoe. Alonzo Powell. Good man. Works hard. He's got to be happy with that crooked number in the first.
He and Phil Plantier, the co-hitting coaches for the Padres. Low and away. 3-0. Marine recruits up there in right field with a chant. They like what they're seeing here early. Blanks might get the green light here. 3-0. Takes a strike. 89 on that fastball from Herron. Three and 1 out of play. Sign that fan up. Good catch.
Oh, what a great grab by that youngster. He brought his guante to the yard today, and it pays off.
A lot of little leaguers here, 1,500 of them, and they brought their gloves. Now get him a Padre hat.
Yeah, there you go.
Look at that smile.
Love it.
Full count now to Big Kyle. Jerko with the RBI doubled out at second to make it 3-0 in the first inning. High fly ball to center field. Span has room out there. And that's it for the Padres, but a solid start. A single Cabrera, walk Headley, RBI double Quinton, sacrifice fly Alonso, RBI double Jerko. It's 3-0. Aerospace Museum as Fox Sports San Diego presents Padres Baseball. Brought to you by Petco, where the healthy pets go. And by Farmers Insurance. Contact your local agent at 888-96-FARMERS. And you go to the Aerospace Museum and you'll see the aircraft during World War II, Korean War that Jerry Coleman flew.
Yes.
120 missions.
That's always a great visit there.
And it's such a great park. And, you know, it's sad when a lot of people who have lived here for a long time haven't taken full advantage of Balboa Park. It's something to tell your friends that come in from out of state. I mean, you've got the natural science, you've got the art museum, you've got the Old Globe Theater, you've got one of the greatest zoos ever. We went there this week to the San Diego Zoo.
And there's a star right there. The Colonel himself, Jerry Coleman.
Andrew Kastner works on the middle three of the Washington lineup, and Adam LaRoche, red hot, 15-game hitting streak, longest ever in his career. And he's hit 3 home runs in this series. 1-1. And they have, in fact, the zoo this summer, they're just opening a new koala exhibit. That'll be really a high attendance there. And we
love koalas.
We got a chance to go and see the pandas on a special tour.
Panda watch.
Oh yeah,
really
incredible, beautiful bears.
Ling ling, ding ling, ching ching.
There were a lot of ings in there. I don't remember. I think there are a couple named after us. Ding ding ding. Strike. Adam LaRoche caught looking. He has struck out more than any national. That's number 47.
Well, according to my count, there was a 4-pitch at bat. So let's go back to pitch number 1. Fastball getting ahead. Okay, you got the heater. Now you pull the string a little bit with the changeup. He got squeezed on that pitch. Curveball. He's throwing everything there, keeping him off balance. Here's the last pitch. Getting on top, staying through that 4-seam fastball. Now the count's 1-3. Take a hike.
Nothing in the heart of the plate.
That's right. Great location. Staying out of the heart.
Yeah, 1-3 is never good for the hitter. Tyler Moore, the left fielder. Just had a limited number of at-bats. Showed good power coming up as a rookie last year. Last half of the season, hit 10 home runs and only 156 at-bats. So you prorate that out over a season. That's a 30 home run year. That'll make the crowd down the right field line. 1-2 on Tyler Moore. All-America at Mississippi State.
Okay, I'm dating myself here, so please bear with me. I'm wondering how, it's generation, skipping generations, but how many of the Washington Nationals, maybe the coaching staff, call this guy Mary?
Tyler Moore. Could be.
Maybe the coaching staff.
Well, that was more like Dick Van Dyke just looking at Mary Tyler Moore.
Tripping over the ottoman, coming home from work.
Couple of strikeouts for Kastner in the second.
Nice one, Professor. And great location. Did you notice something about Kastner? Remember, to LaRoche, fastballs away for strikes, painting. Fastballs away to righties, other side of the plate. Good release point, just attacking the zone. A great couple of pitch sequence to LaRoche, and now Moore.
Bernardina, first ball hunting, and that's playable into shallow left. Toward the line comes Quentin, glasses down. Another 1-2-3 inning. Andrew Kastner and the Padres lead it 3-0.
Good night and good news.
Padres on top 3-0 here in the second. Of course, these guys all big in the community as well. Chase Headley starting something new this year through his foundation called Headley's Heroes, and that is his first hero right there, Boyd Stockmeyer, who ran in, of course, the Celebration of Champions with him yesterday. And Chase gave him some goodies, one of which his own personal bat that he signed, and he said, "Boyd, to you, you are my hero." And this kid battling cancer here today, guys, enjoying this game.
Yeah, thank you, Kelly. Yeah, it warms the heart how these athletes are knowing that they have this image and kids just can't wait to meet them and then to do nice things for them and make them happy, bring out a smile. And just how simple it is to give a kid a ball, a bat, give a hug.
Absolutely, and it's something that we'll remember for the rest of their lives. And you know what? Not only Chase Headley.
Hundley hooking that one in the corner. Will it stay fair? Just foul.
Every one of those guys in the Padre clubhouse have huge hearts.
Yeah, they don't say no very often, do they?
No, they don't.
When it comes to charities. Speaking of nice things that have happened, did you happen to notice that this last week the wounded warriors from all branches of service, they have in essence a warrior Olympic Games up in Colorado Springs, and I guess the Marines barely edged out the Army.
Really?
One of the last swimming events over this past weekend. And there was something like they call it the Chairman's Games, Chairman's Cup, popped up. Might be a play for Suzuki, and he takes care of his compatriot of the Padres, catcher Nick Hundley. They had the Army, Navy, Coast Guard, Air Force, Special Operations, even a British troops team competed.
Nice.
Over 260 in all up in Colorado Springs. And the Marines edged the Army. And the stories there, every story.
Oh, yeah.
The amputees competing, severe brain injuries competing, and with all the joy of any competition. Andrew Kashner, 1 for 5 as a hitter. As he told us, he likes to throw, but he even likes hitting better. Oh, look at that. Beautiful bunt. Throw to first. Not in time. Kashner, a bunt single. How do you do?
That was absolutely beautiful, catching everybody off guard. The big right-hander at the last second, making perfect contact, checking that ball nicely down the third baseline. You know what? He put it in play and just put your head down and run.
I mean, he may be the slowest walker on the team, right? When he walks, like when he goes to the mound, it just looks like I don't know if I can make it. But boy, when he wants to run, he may be one of the, well, probably the fastest pitcher. Those long legs eating up the ground. So a 1-out signal for Kashner, and here's Cabrera. He started the 3-run first inning with a sharp single to left center, and then stole his 16th base, fortifying his lead atop the National League steal list. Low and inside, and the base hit for Kashner not only gives him a hit, but it extends the pitching count for Dan Herron, already at 36 here with 1 out in the second.
It's going to be interesting to see how many four-seam fastballs, straight fastball, Herron throws from this point, because remember, he got burned on 2 of them, Quentin and Jerko, for doubles.
High pop fly into shallow right. Second baseman Lombardozzi calling. Bernardina comes in and chases him away, makes the catch.
Hey, Padre fans, get ready for the San Diego Clasico, Saturday, July 6th. Watch Club Tijuana Xolos take on Mexico City's Club America at 7:30 live at Petco Park. Don't miss this unique experience. Saturday, July 6th, right here at Petco Park. Hurry, get your San Diego Clasico tickets today at Padres.com/Xolos.
Great talent.
Yes.
Some of the best in all of the country of Mexico will be performing here at Petco. That's the July 4th week, and Venable unable to get into that breaking ball, slider, or cutter in on his hands. That cost him a strikeout the first time up. Couldn't catch up with it. Kashner still at first base, 2 out. Pulled foul. Now going back to the foul tip, Venable hitting that off his own shin or calf.
Right.
I think something that the fans can't quite appreciate. In football, you understand. I mean, after a football game, there are all kinds of guys bandaged up and limping in the locker room and all the rest. Baseball, it's like a wounded war zone as well when you go down there. Each of these little knocks add up. Saw fly into left center, and Span is there easily for the out. But they come out, answer the bell the next game. After 2, it's 3-0 Padres. Marine Appreciation Day here with the Padres and the Nationals as we go to the top of the 3rd, and we welcome Lieutenant General John A. Tulin, Commanding General, 1st Marine Expeditionary Force, to our booth. And sir, thank you for all you do.
General, welcome.
All you do.
Thank you, Mark.
And
yes.
We were just mentioning, General, the games up in Colorado Springs for the wounded warriors and the Marines. And they're all proud that you edged out the Army, huh?
Well, you know, I think the Marines take pride in the fact that they're combat athletes. And so when they get in a competition like that, they really take it serious. And so when they got down to the wire with the Army and took the swimming contest at the end to take the final medals.
And the Marines have been doing quite well the last 5 years, you said?
Thank you for that lead in, Mark. Yes, they've been 5 years running. So, and I think they'll continue to do that. The problem is, you know, they don't have the basketball down. That basketball and being a Marine doesn't necessarily balance each other.
What was the strongest event for the Marines?
Well, actually, to tell you the truth, the swimming was really big. And when you see some of these guys getting in the pool and, you know, they're double amputees and they're out there and moving through that water like ice, it's unbelievable.
Were you an athlete in your day?
No, you know, one of those intramural kind of guys, high school basketball, but being from New York, it's tough to make it in basketball.
I was going to ask you about the accent. It sounds like we're in New York.
What accent? Do I have an accent?
Where in New York?
Brooklyn. So we finally got a professional basketball team in Brooklyn, too.
Foul back as the Padres go to work with a Nationals lower third. Espinosa, Suzuki, and Heron hitting here in the top of the 3rd. I guess you realize how proud the Padres organization, all of us are, from Ron Fowler all the way down to the Bat Boys, to have these military Sundays.
It's an amazing reach out by the Padre organization. And just the fact that I'm extremely proud that they wear our colors. You know, each service has got a little different digital uniform.
High fly ball off the bat of Espinosa. Quinton squeezes it for the first out. That's 7 in a row off the top of the game for Andrew Kashner.
In fact, I noticed that both of you were sporting our Marine colors, beautiful ties. I love them.
Yeah, these were given to us last year, General, by somebody. I think of it, Camp Pendleton made them actually out of original, authentic camo pants.
Yeah,
and we get so many compliments from these ties. People want to know where we get them.
Well, if you guys go into the desert, people won't be able to see you. You got that camouflage.
Yeah, his bald top will give us away. Yeah.
Well, he needs a hat. Yeah, he definitely needs a hat.
So, trying to add up the numbers, you have served in the Marine Corps around 40 years, is that right?
37 years and still counting. The Marine Corps decided to keep me around. But I can tell you that the service is a joy for me, because when I work with these young men and women that are wearing the uniform as Marines, they're just incredible. They really give and constantly give their time and efforts. Many Marines are currently serving overseas. We've got about 7,000 Marines in Afghanistan right now, and probably another 6,000 deployed aboard ships or in embassies around the world. So normally a year tour, but San Diego's home. So when they come home, and a day like today, it's worth. You realize why you're serving when you got a beautiful country like this, and baseball.
General, I received a Facebook message from a woman. Her name is Susie Ott Ingram, and her 19-year-old son is sitting up there. They graduate May 24th. He went through the crucible recently. She sent me a picture of his hands on Facebook. And my point is, not only should we be proud as Americans that what they're going through, but the parents of these recruits and what they're going through. She's in attendance today. Actually, they made some signs sitting up there next to the recruits.
There's the first Nationals hit, Kurt Suzuki.
But she's here in attendance with like 40 family members and just the whole family. And you must be proud also to see the recruits, what they go through. No graduation probably gets old as far as from your viewpoint.
Honestly, these young men just last week came down from Camp Pendleton. They spent 2 weeks up in the mountains. Last event, they finished a 10-mile hike, and they're up on top of what we call the Reaper, which overlooks the Pacific Ocean on Camp Pendleton. They're given their Eagle, Globe, and Anchor, and their drill instructor welcomes them to their Marine Corps. And I just brought the Commandant of the Marine Corps up there about 2 weeks ago. And there wasn't, among all those old guys around 35, 37, 40 years, there wasn't a dry eye.
Wow.
The Navy guys make fun of us and say, hey, what are you letting the recruits go to a baseball game for? I think you guys were tough. They've earned it.
Well, you know what? Up there in attendance of the recruits, 19-year-old Christopher Ott. Want to thank him and wish him luck, along with all the other recruits in their career as Marines. Thank you for protecting us and our freedoms here in this great country of ours.
General, we talk about baseball and athletics and games that grown men play, but we all have a little boy in us. And whenever you ask a player that has retired or was injured, and what do you miss most, they always say, I miss my friend, I miss my pals in the clubhouse. And in a way, they're forming bonds that are going to last the rest of their life too, these Marines.
No, you're absolutely right, Dick. I mean, that's the reason why they serve for their buddy to the left and the right of them. And when they do extraordinary things, it's not because of democracy or any of those things. It's because of their friends. They're standing next to them.
I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, General, Hotel Company Platoon 2161.
I think Hotel Company's graduating next Friday.
Yep, May 24th. And you know what? I went to a graduation about 5-6 years ago. It was a nephew of mine at MCRD. And it's open to the public, right? And I've said this before. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching today, if you ever have a chance to go to MCRD and witness a graduation, it'll bring tears to your eyes. You'll laugh. It'll make you feel proud. It's one of the most unbelievable experiences that I've ever experienced, going to a graduation.
It's also pretty comical because you see the parents that are in the stadiums, and the whole ceremony they're looking for their son.
They're all dressed alike.
And they can't find him. So somebody's going to say, hey, Mom, I'm over here.
Not like the motorboards where the kids can put a little sign up on their motorboard graduating from Cali. Where did you go to university?
I went to a small school in New York called Fordham University.
Fordham, the Fordham Rams.
Seven blocks of granite. Vince Lombardi. My old Latin teacher was one of the 7 blocks of granite. I went to a small high school in Manhattan, and you scared the heck out of me. 6'5".
And now you're doing a little bit of that too, or not anymore?
Not anymore. No, I don't scare anybody anymore. They figure the old man can't catch him.
Vince Scully went to Fordham.
Yes. Now we do have a rich tradition in some of the athletics, although we haven't come through lately. But
this is the leadoff hitter, Denard Span. We've got 2 outs. Dan Herron trying to sacrifice, struck out. Span fouls that one away. But we can't thank you enough, General,
Well,
and to make this even a more special day for all of us for your visit to our booth.
Well, thank you very much, too. And I'm a little nervous because I'm going to be able to come to one more game when the Yankees come. And I'm going to get to throw the pitch. So there's a lot of pressure on me to make it from the rubber to the home plate.
I don't want you, fudging there and throwing from the grass. I want you up on the hill now.
All right, sir.
Thank you, General.
Very
General,
much.
thank you so much. Appreciate it.
All right.
Of course, the Marine hymn will be played shortly here. Always a highlight of Sundays as recruits stand and salute.
Yeah, awesome. Love the General.
Yeah.
Love the recruits.
Who would have guessed he's from New York, huh?
Yeah.
Padres leading here 3-0. 2 outs. And 2-1 the count on Denard Span. One hopper to Cabrera, has to hang with it. That had a little extra English on it. And the Nationals are gone in the third. 3-0 San Diego. Fox Sports San Diego presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by Sequan Casino. Real friendly and real close. By the California Department of Health. For free help to quit smoking, call 1-800-NO-BUTS. And by the Aramco Group. Purchase, refinance, reverse. Last of the third, the Padres leading 3-0. The General, he was great, wasn't he?
How cool was the General?
He's getting ready to rock and fire. He's going to throw out the opening pitch coming up.
What a great man. It was nice of him to take some time and visit with us.
Chase Headley. Headley walked the first time and scored one of the 3 runs in the first inning. In case you're just joining us in that first against Dan Herron, Cabrera singled after Venable struck out. Headley walked. Cabrera had stolen second base, moved to third on a wild pitch. Carlos Quentin doubled in 1 run. Then Alonso, a sacrifice fly to right to make it 2-0. And Jed Jerko followed with an RBI double for the 3 runs. Ripped to right, a base hit for Headley. Leadoff man aboard as the Padres now with 5 hits off Herron.
Well, we talked about Dan Herron and the success that he has had at the big league level. And you know what? That's exactly where he wanted to throw it. So Chase Headley, he makes the adjustment, stays on top of that, hits a low liner against a pretty good pitch from Dan Herron.
Quentin sent a line drive shot into the left field corner his first time up to drive in the first run, and later scored himself on Jerko's double. Pops this one high in the air off third and out of play. Some eager hands, and then downstairs it goes. Quentin has 16 hits this year, 6 doubles and 4 home runs. Pops this one up high on the left side. Zimmerman. Oh, finally it comes down into his glove for the first down. Boy, you take that fly ball and level it out at about 10 feet, and there's been about 3 home runs in there.
No question about it.
Yonder Alonso, fly ball to deep right to knock in a run, sacrifice fly in the first inning. We start today with Atlanta in first place in the East, a game and a half in front of Washington. But how about the tough luck bullpen for the Braves? They lose 2 left-handers in 1 week, apparently both to Tommy John. Definitely Johnny Venters. He's going, I think, already gone under the knife. And then Eric O'Flaherty, their other left-hander, he's got a bad elbow as well, and I think he's going to have Tommy John.
Boy, tough days for Frank Wren, the general manager of the Braves, trying to get some arms to replace those 2.
Two and 0 now to Alonso. Takes a long look at Glenn Hoffman at third. Padres might play a little run and hit here. Headley bluffed as if he was going the last pitch. Time called by Alonso.
You know, speaking of that bullpen for the Braves, they're going to really have to pick it up because they're 3rd best in the National League with a 2.7 ERA. That was one of their strengths.
They probably have some good lefties down the minor league system. There goes Headley, and the throw by Suzuki is way late. Headley with a steal. He picks his spots. Second steal today for the Padres. And Headley now with his 3rd.
Boy, timing is everything. He gets a good jump, and then this throw from Suzuki is high. See, Espinosa goes in front of the bag to catch that. And a nice pop-up slide from Chase.
Padres have 6 steal attempts and have been successful on all 6 in this series. High drive, right center. Headley will tag as Span makes the catch in deep center field, and Headley advances to third base with 2 outs. And here comes Jed Jerko. He has to be pleased with his May power surge.
I've never doubted it, but you know, it just kind of, it wasn't there early, and that happens a lot. You know, it takes a while to get that power stroke back, and hopefully I can keep it going. More or less that my timing has gotten better. You know, I'm getting my foot down, getting the barrel out in front a little bit better, and you know, that's gonna, when I can get my timing right, you know, I'm gonna be able to hit the ball with a little bit more authority.
Well, he hit it with authority back in the first inning, a sharp double to left to drive in a run.
And I think he's just going to get better and better. I mean, experience is the best teacher, right? The more he sees these pitchers at the big league level, the more ABs he gets, 4 or 5 a game. I think he's going to be just fine.
Here in the month of May, he's hit 4 home runs, all 4. Did not homer in April. And batting .291 prior to the double in the first inning. So things look mighty bright for the kid from Morgantown, West Virginia, living up to all the promise of his minor league activity in the Padres system. And the count runs out to 3-1.
One thing I've noticed this particular at bat is that Jed Jerko laying off those close breaking balls that are just out of the zone, working to a hitter's count at 3-1.
And ball 4. That's the second walk from Heron. Padres with 2 outs have really delivered runners in scoring position with 2 outs. Take a look at this. Chris Denorfia hitting .378. 9 RBIs with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. Cabrera with the game winner last night, the same. .356. Jerko at .300. It's a good sign. Money hits with 2 outs.
A couple of things that come to mind for me when I see that is patience and using the whole field. Try not to do too much with the runner in scoring position. If you get a breaking ball away, the majority of times pitcher's going to pitch you away, and you take it that way.
Kyle Blanks with a chance to add to the 3-0 lead. Runners at the corners. Jerko at first and Headley at third.
Hey, Suzuki nearly threw that ball over Heron's head. That would have resulted in a run. Chase Headley was all over it, and nobody was backing up. Lombardozzi and Espinosa The middle infielders, they were just hanging back at their positions.
Foul tip makes it 2 strikes on Blanks. He flied to center field his first time. Nick Hundley on deck. Well, the Nationals leave town. They head up north to San Francisco for a series, and the St. Louis Cardinals come to town tomorrow night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night. Check swing. Did not go, says first base umpire Barksdale. Aaron pitched for the Angels last year. It was 12-13. 4-4 this year. Another foul.
See a little emergency swing from Kyle Blanks. That was a four-seam fastball away. Short, quick to the baseball. That was one of those straight fastballs, not one of those cutters. Nice shot of Old Glory being displayed on one of those apartments out there on this beautiful Military Sunday, honoring the Marine Corps.
Well done. Did he go? Yes. Barksdale punches him out. And that's it for the Padres. They leave runners at first and third, unable to add to their 3-0 lead. Close, but he may have crossed the plane. After 3, here.
Nationals nothing. We go to the top of the 4th, and it's time for today's AT Twitter poll question with the game on the line. This is a great one. I love this. Who deals with the most pressure? You can vote on Twitter by using the following hashtags. Hashtag the closer, hashtag FG kicker, field goal kicker, NFL, baseball, closer, game on the line. Adam Vinatieri. Who has the most pressure? It's a great argument.
Rolf Brunerschka.
There you go. So get on Twitter, use the hashtag A or B, hashtag the closer, hashtag FG kicker.
That's an interesting one, isn't it?
It is.
I think it would be a closer comparison if we defined it as making a save, coming in with the bases loaded. Line drive right back at Kastner, and here's Headley to try to save it and doesn't get him. Boy, that worked for a double play last night. A line drive off the pitcher, and let's hope Kastner's all right. Lombardozzi sending a shot right back to the mound. And Headley pouncing on it and almost turning it into a 1-6-3 putout.
Well, look at how quickly, so much happening on this play. As we take a look, a chance to see where it got him. Oh, off the glove. Good.
Oh,
good.
Self-protection. Boy, that was self-defense.
But how quickly Andrew got up after hitting the deck. Close play at first base. And it looks like Lance Barksdale does make the right call there.
And Cashner, okay, got that glove up there to protect himself. That's your piece of armor.
I'll tell you what, it's amazing what the human body can do when you've got a 95, 98 mile an hour, 100 mile an hour ball off the bat coming right at you.
It's only leather, but it is a shield. Ryan Zimmerman flied to right field his first time, so Lombardozzi a leadoff hit. That's the second allowed by Andrew Cashner. We're in the fourth. 3-0 Padres. Got all three in the first inning.
Mark Sweeney down by the Padre dugout. You have to love that crooked number up there, the 3 in the bottom of the first for the Padres.
Yeah, offensively, guys, they did a really good job, especially that last day game in Baltimore. They came out swinging. It looked like the same thing today.
You know what I noticed, Mark, is that Dan Herron, he throws that cutter and the slider quite a bit in the split, but Jet Jerko and Carlos Quint capitalized all over the four-seam fastball and crushed it, resulting in those runs in the first inning.
Yeah, Mark, so important, especially when a guy has a real good split, much like Darren Herron does. You have to be aggressive with the fastball. I always talk about hitting off the fastball too, but especially when a guy has an out pitch like Dan Herron does.
We might see that as the game goes on. If he's out there, you get the early fastball, go to Hackett. You don't want to be in that 1-2, 0-2 hole.
He's in a 2-0 hole. Cashner to Zimmerman. And the changeup misses 3-0.
On that last play, we saw the line drive. It's not so much the ball hitting him. He protected himself. But, I've seen players kind of tweak something, trying to get out of the way. I'm not saying that's the case for Andrew. He looks fine.
Green light 3-0, and he fouls it away, out of play.
But we've seen players kind of fall and tweak their shoulder. They tweak their elbow, their wrist, their knee, whatever. Just trying to get out of the way of that line drive.
There's a point you made earlier on that last pitch, down 3-0. He threw a fastball right there, hard to the plate, and Zimmerman couldn't catch up with it.
There it is. There's the line drive right up the box. Oh, thank you, Wilson. Thank you, Mr. Wilson. That's the glove that Andrew wears.
Dennis. Uh-oh. That ball is crushed to left field. Quentin going back. And Zimmerman has hit one in the upper deck and cuts the lead to 3-2 with one swing. Number 3 for Zimmerman is second in this series. And that's what you get from this Nationals lineup. Everyone in there has home run power. Zimmerman off to a slow start, but has hit 2 in the 4 games of this series.
Well, he got extended. He was elevated, kept his hands back.
Had the sound, didn't it? Halfway up into that second tier.
Kind of tough to tell what that pitch was because it was elevated and didn't have really a lot of movement to it. If in fact it was a slider.
Yeah, Mark, it looked like a high changeup.
Is that what it was, Mark?
Yeah.
So the infield line drive hit from Lombardozzi and then the home run, and Adam LaRoche high pop foul off back is short. Cabrera with the first down. Brings up Tyler Moore, who took a third strike his first time. Well, tomorrow night you have a chance to see a bright young Cardinal pitcher, Shelby Miller. He's been flirting with almost no hit stuff, no hit, no run stuff. He's 5-2 for the Cardinals against Jason Marquis.
Well, Mark Sweeney, thank you very much. Here's confirmation. Here's the home run pitch. It is, in fact, a change-up grip. He just left it up in the zone.
Pulled to third, backhanded Headley, fires across, 2 away. Moore out third to first, 2 away, and Roger Bernardino the hitter.
Guys, so many things to love about Andrew Cashner, and especially the adjustments he's trying to make. But you saw after that home run, he picked up the intensity just a little bit. It's almost like you get thrown back into that reliever again, and you saw a velocity on his fastball too, but more of a purpose to Andrew Cashner.
So he put a little extra on it, huh? The fastball after that home run.
Bernardino takes a strike at 92 miles an hour.
Love a little extra.
Can be huge.
Huge. And you know what, guys? Mark Sweeney and Mr. Enberg, it's all about bouncing back, is it not? After that home run, 2-run shot, 2 quick outs. But you can't shut your toolbox here with Bernardina up.
Yet to homer this year, Bernardina. And the count goes 2-1.
And that gets back to what I was saying earlier, talking to Darren Balsley when I was talking about Andrew. Rather than looking at the big picture, look at pitch by pitch. Forget about the home run. Okay, you elevated a changeup. Think of the next pitch. He did just that, the pop up to LaRoche, and then Tyler Moore grounding out to third.
Yeah, you look at the replay of the changeup that Zimmerman hit his homer. It was almost like a bad fastball. It just laid right in the middle of the plate, and that's the danger of a high changeup, that if you don't get any action on
right.
it.
The higher it is, the less it's going to break and have that dipping effect when it's down in the zone.
3-2 now to Bernardina. 2-run homer, Ryan Zimmerman, to make it a 3-2 ball game. Padres leading here in the 4th. Ball 4.
This season, the Padres are proud to offer first responders recognition pricing. Members of the first responders community can receive $6 off available tickets priced $14 or higher. Some restrictions may apply, so visit the Petco Park box office for all the details. A great way to say thank you to the first responders. Thank you.
And that's Darren Balsley, the pitching coach, out to talk with Cashner after he walks Bernardina. 2 outs. The hitter is Danny Espinoza, batting only 168, but he'll hit with some power. 3 home runs this year. Hit 21 a couple years ago and 17 last season. A 49er from Long Beach State. Strike 1. Easy 93-mile-an-hour fastball.
Good running situation here, guys. A lot of his follow-up pitches after the fastball has been the breaking ball.
Big lead. Surprisingly, Bernardina does not have a steal yet this year.
Well, he was going a little bit. He was twitching over there at first base.
That was close.
Well, Andrew thought he might have had him, but to see Bernardina, he was diving back to the bag, to the outfield side of that first base bag. Longer way to travel with the glove for Yonder Alonso on the tag.
Yeah, Mark, you talk about that tag. Excuse me, Dick. When you talk about that tag as a right-hander, you got to pick those good throws, especially by Andrew Cashner, to try to catch those a little bit deeper towards that back part of the base.
Yeah, let the ball travel. Well put.
Yeah, that was a good example.
Yep.
He caught it out in front of the bag, then had to swipe back. Had he let the ball come to the bag, the runner might have tagged himself out. So here it is again.
Yeah, that was right on line. You're right.
One. First wobbly inning for Andrew Cashner. Infield hit, the line drive may have shaken him a bit. He almost got Lombardozzi, but legs it out before Headley could recover on the carom. And then Zimmerman, a 3-1 pitch, homer deep to left. Pop up, ground up. Now a walk to Bernardina, and 2-1 coming up to Danny Espinoza. 3-1.
With the infield shifted the way they are, you almost have to guess that it's fastballs away. Because at second base, we see that Jed Jerko is kind of shading over towards second base. I guess my point is that it's going to be tough for Espinoza if he gets a fastball down and way to hook it through that right side.
There goes the runner. Throw by Hundley. Not in time. First steal for Bernardina. And the count now 3-2. So the tying run out there at second with 2 outs for Espinosa and a full count on him.
It was a fastball just thrown on the shortstop side of second base. Flash look. Nice pop-up fly.
First steal of the series for the Nats.
Cashner needs a punch out right here.
High pop-up. Back of third. Cabrera calls off Headley, but Headley says, I want it. He's got it. The Nationals get 2 on Ryan Zimmerman's 3rd home run of the year, and it's 3-2 at Petco. Company H, 2nd Recruit Training Battalion, U.S. Marine Corps. The U.S. Marine Corps hymn. Part of the Sunday military salute that makes it so special here at Petco Park. Yeah, the Padres 3-0 lead, carved to 3-2 as Nick Hundley leads off the 4th inning. Then it'll be Cashner and Everett Cabrera for San Diego. Hundley fouled out his first time to the catcher. Had good success against Dan Herron, a 370 average. Broken bat fly ball, back of second. Lombardozzi grabs it for the out. Quite an emotional story down in Tampa Bay. Lieutenant Colonel Will Adams, he's the catcher here, and the daughter Elena is on the mound. Doesn't realize that Lieutenant Colonel Adams has just come home from Afghanistan. And look at this. There are no words.
Oh.
Cashner bunted his way on a single the first time.
You know, we're seeing more and more of that these days. I think it's great. And if you get on the internet, Mark Sweeney's probably done this. You go to YouTube and you type in, like, you know, coming home surprises.
Military homecomings.
In schools. You know, the kids will be in school, and all of a sudden their dad walks in the room, and then it's, oh my gosh. It's just, it brings tears to your eyes every time you see it.
That is so heartwarming, heart-wrenching.
Oh, man.
2-2, the count to Cashner. And it goes full. We're at the bottom of the 4th inning here at Petco Park with the Padres leading the Nationals 3-2. And that's the count on Cashner, and he fouls it off.
Still swinging that shillelagh with some authority, Andrew Cashner, even after that line drive off the glove and the mound. And that's a good sign, getting that bat through the zone quickly. See, he reacted just like a number 4 hitter there. He swung, he fouled it off, he kind of slapped the bat, saying to himself, oh, I should have crushed that last pitch.
High fly ball. He just missed that. Left field toward the line goes Tyler Moore. 2 away as we check on our Saquon Casino Daycation stat of the game. Most strikeouts since 2004. Sabathia, Burnett, Santana, and there's Dan Heron just in front of Jake Peavy.
It's that cut fastball, the lefties, that split finger fastball that's the reason why you see that 1573 by Dan Heron's name. In command also with the fastball. He's one of the best out there.
To the top of the order, Everett Cabrera. Singled and scored in the first inning, stole his 16th base, and fly to right field. One and one. Cabrera's at the top of the list of many statistics for the Padres this year. Most hits, most runs, most triples, most walks, most steals.
You see what Dan Heron's trying to do to Cabrera. Keep the ball away. That's the way the outfield is shifted. Fox Tracks brought to you by Nissan.
Struck him out this time.
High cutter.
And for the first time in the game, Dan Heron retires the Padres in order. 4 complete, a 3-2 game. Times in the first inning. Carlos Quinton knocked in one with that double. Yonder Alonso a sacrifice fly, 2-0. Cabrera had singled and Headley had walked to load themselves into scoring position, and then Jeff Jerko doubled to left before third baseman Ryan Zimmerman hit a 2-run home run in the 4th to cut the lead to 3-2. There it is. 3 runs, 5 hits for the Padres, 2 runs, 3 hits for Washington. San Diego trying to square this 4-game series. Kurt Suzuki, Dan Heron, and Denard Span to bat here in the top of the 5th inning. Suzuki singled through the hole into left field his first time. Acquired from the Oakland A's. We saw him with Oakland a year ago. He was struggling to hit 200, but doing well with Washington.
Hey, what a great way to spend a day at the ball yard. Go out to the beach area and kick your feet up and just enjoy the big league ball game. Some libations, right?
Absolutely. Chop to the right side. Big cop for Jerko. 4-3 the put-out.
You know, a nice pitch right there by Andrew Kashner. And the point I want to make to Mark Sweeney is that the one thing that Kashner's going to get better at, look at this location again. Away, and look at the defensive swing from Suzuki. I mean, that's going to be a tough pitch to square up, don't you think?
Yeah, it's a tough pitch to square up because it's on those edges. And you can speak to this too, Mark. When you take off of your velocity and you work on location, you understand that you're going to miss a lot of barrels, especially with that plus velocity that Andrew Kashner still has.
You mentioned Herron, a good hitter. His career average .223 with a couple of home runs. He struck out trying to sacrifice his first time.
And believe me, when they sit in their meetings, pitching coach Darren Balsley, right there, one of the best in the business, he lets Kashner know and the pitching staff know, hey, don't go easy on Herron. Don't just throw it down the middle of the plate.
2 balls and a strike. Takes a good cut, doesn't he?
Good movement, though, on that pitch. Fastball with a little bit of two-seam action to it. Mark Sweeney, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but one of the best hitting pitchers you've played with or against.
I'd have to say Woody Williams.
Nice.
You know, he played here with San Diego when I was on his team, but just thought about, you know, hitting, and he understood what he had to do, and he also thought as a hitter too, which I think he benefited on the mound.
Count goes full on the opposing pitcher for Andrew Kashner. Strike 3. Aaron thought that might be called low. Not the case as DJ Rayburn punches him out.
Hey, this is a pitcher's pitch. That's knee high. That's a strike.
Brings up Denard Span. It was Span who hit the shot yesterday that developed in one of the wackiest double plays you'll ever see. Runners were at second and third at the time, and Span hit a ball that was aimed for center field. Would have been a 2-run single. Instead, it became 2 outs. Eric Stoltz on the mound, and Stoltz was able to deflect it right to Alonso. We'll show you that when we get a moment. 1-0. 2 outs, bases empty in the Washington 5th. Span is popped to short, grounded to short. Out of play. Well, here it is. This could have been a 2 runs for Washington. Goes off Stoltz right to Alonso. Looks to runner back. Now both the pitchers Zimmerman and Suzuki are at third base. Suzuki could have stayed there. It's his base, but he leaves, and then Alonso, he could have had a triple play if there were no one out because Zimmerman was still hanging around.
You know what I like about that play, and so much happening, was that how Alonso took the angle from first base, forcing him back to third.
Long throw for Cabrera, not in time. His momentum carrying him away, and even with that strong arm, unable to throw out the speedy Denard Span.
Did everything right there. It was just the way the ball was hit. One swift move thrown across his body, still getting a lot on it, and just beating it out.
So a 2-out single Span. That's the 4th hit for the Nationals. Brings up Lombardozzi. Last time up, he drilled that line drive back at Kashner. He out the carom to Headley and then scored on Zimmerman's 3rd home run of the year. Span leads Washington 5 steals. It's only his 2nd hit of the series. It's 2 for 17 in the 4 games Span. closer.
You know, for a big guy, Andrew Cashner's got a quick move. As we take a look at this one, he just gets his hand on the bag. Alonso tags him on the elbow. Oh, nice and easy fastball, 94.
Yeah. 1-0 to Lombardozzi. 210 average starting today. Late call strike on the changeup. Rayburn pausing and then said, yep, that's good enough. 1-1. These Nationals done well here at Petco. They're 7-2 the last 9 games. Padres trying to take 2 of the 4 with a win today.
Well, if the name Steve Lombardozzi rings a bell, his daddy, Steve, played in the big league 6 seasons, Twins and Astros. So it runs in the family.
Switch hitter. Shot to right and through. Span digs his way around to third. First and third with 2 outs on singles by Span and Lombardozzi, and that brings up the home run hitting Ryan Zimmerman. Last time up on a 3-1 changeup. He got it all.
Andrew Cashner wanted it down and away. Nick Hundley was set up down and away. And I think as time goes on, Andrew Cashner will learn that not just throwing the changeup for a strike, but locating it well. He just didn't happen to locate it where he wanted on that 3-1 pitch.
That one landed above the aisle in the second deck in left field. Well, after the absence of home run power, Zimmerman only 1 through the first month and a half. He's hit 2 in this series.
You know what's interesting, it just came to mind here. What is one of the plays we've seen in spring training and early in the season? Remember the pickoff play to third?
Right.
Where the third base, as soon as the pitcher lifts his leg, Chase Headley's breaking towards the bag. This might be a good place to try to do that, especially with Zimmerman at the plate. Always try to get an out on a bag.
Span takes a big lead at third. 1 ball, 1 strike to Zimmerman. Hit totals now even, 5 aside.
It's like he's reaching back for that fastball, guys. Try to get a little more on that velocity wise.
It better be in a good spot too, right, Mark? Because if you try to overthrow it, it leaks over the heart of the plate.
Exactly.
Could spell trouble.
Good. Broken bat. Short. Cabrera on the run. Gets him by a step. Couple of singles, no damage done. Halfway mark in this one. The Padres 3, the Nationals 2.
The fifth, get it? Padres lead the Nationals 3-2. Time for today's AT Twitter poll question results. Here was the question. It was a good one. With the game on the line, who deals with the most pressure? Is it a closer or a kicker? Hey, we've got a close race here. 56% goes closer, and kicker comes in second. You know what? I'd like to have you guys chime in. I think it's the kicker. And I don't want to go into much detail, but Mr. Enberg, you've seen a lot of both leagues and professional sports. What do you think?
Well, because he has just the one shot. You know, a pitcher can come in and he can throw a couple of bad pitches. They might be fouled off or called a ball. He has room for a little error at least. There's no question about the pressure.
Mark Sweeney, what do you think?
Ooh, well, first of all, I just want to get out of the way of that ball, which I actually knew was going to hit the pad. But I still stick with baseball, guys. I think it's one of the toughest things to do is get the last 3 outs of a ball game, just the pressure mentally. But you can't fault the NFL kicker because I've seen some really bad kicks late in the game.
Yeah, and you know there's been a couple of times. I mean, when a kick can ruin a guy's career and stick in his head forever. You know, closers have that chance to not to have to wait a week. You know, if they blow a save, they can go out there the next night and redeem themselves and make a good pitch to get out of it.
Venable hits a high fly ball down the right field line. That might be deep enough at the pole, and it is a home run. Petchko Porch homer for Will Venable. Number 6 to lead the Padres as he touches them all. We told you that Aaron has given up 8 home runs in 8 games. Now 9-9.
And Will Venable was in the hole 1-2. Look at him get his hands through. You know, we hear Mark Sweeney talking about, you know, a pitch that's in. It looked like it was a cutter. And it was elevated. 1-2 pitch. He's got to protect. He recognizes it, gets the hands through. Sweet part of that bat. And keeps it fair down the right field line nicely.
You know, Mark, we always talk about keeping your hands inside the baseball, but especially when a guy has a cutter, that's one of your first thoughts is pulling it in. But you can see Will Venable, when he pulls his hands in, this ball was straight as a string going down the line.
Yep.
4-2, the Padres lead, and Headley bounces one to the first baseman LaRoche. The toss to Heron for the out. And one away in the 5th. Carlos Quentin, the batter. Quentin doubled in a run, scored himself in the first inning.
You know, that was almost reminiscent of the mystery home run. Remember when Will Venable, same type. You know, he hit that one a little farther down the right field line, but same type of trajectory, almost the same type of swing.
But we all saw it this time.
Yeah.
Going back to the football closer, which one is more pressure packed? Fouled out of play. Did you ever kick extra points or field goals in your football days?
I tried to super toe it, Dick, and it didn't work because they don't. It's all soccer style now. But I wanted the Dempsey model to actually go in there and super toe it.
Yeah, we had such a small. We only had 20 guys out, a little farm team, football team, and so we couldn't execute a snap, a hold, and a kick. So I drop kicked. Extra points. Yeah.
Oh, going old school. That's great. 3 points for the drop kick.
No, you still only get 1. I mean,
really?
Extra points.
Oh, extra point. I got you.
I'm not talking about any range. I'm just trying to get it up.
You mean you didn't stick any like 50-yarders back in the day?
No, not quite. No. But as time passes on, I could lie a little more, and they become more truthful. You know, it gets farther.
I know how that works.
1-2. Low and end to Quentin.
You know, only 16 games in a season, too, for NFL. So, you're kind of limited.
Guys, I just think we, as San Diegans, take it very different because we saw Trevor Hoffman, Heath Bell, closing games out. And they didn't look like they were struggling.
Quentin goes down swinging. That's the 4th strikeout for Heron.
Whenever I think of missed field goals, Scott Norwood. That's a tough day in the big leagues right there.
That ruined his life.
Yes.
Ruined his life.
Super Bowl on the line. Missed by 3 feet or so to the right.
They had sent him into hiding. You couldn't find him for years. Yonder Alonso, 0 for 1, has a sacrifice fly. I'm trying to think what would be if you could create the most pressure-packed moment in baseball. Bases loaded, 9th inning, 2 outs, 3-2 the count.
There it is.
Yeah, it's got to be, huh?
That's one I keep dreaming about. You know, that's when I hit the home run and win the game when you're down by 3. Here I am, an old man. I'm still hitting that home run. Line drive over the leaping try of Espinosa, and it goes all the way to the wall and left. And Mr. Double himself last year with 39, Yonder Alonso has a 2-bagger here with 2 outs in the 5th.
Boy, this ball is scalded. This ball is absolutely smoked like a Christmas ham. Just out of the reach of Danny Espinosa. Danny. Well, the world needs ditch diggers, too. And it's hit so sharply that it splits the gap, allowing Alonso to get to second base. Now, that's some kind of nice.
Yeah. Sunday reruns right here on Fox Sports San Diego.
You know, guys, that was hit so sharply, but credit Luke Yoder and his staff for cutting the grass going towards left field. That hit the grass and just shot out there to left. Not taking anything away from Yonder, though. That was smoked.
Yeah. Jed Jerko. With 2 outs, a chance to build on the 4-2 lead. Venable started the inning with a home run to right. And a 2-out double now, Alonso. Jerko an RBI double in the 1st inning. His 11th, leading the team. That one bounces in. Suzuki with the block.
Dick and Mark Sweeney, do you guys get the feeling, and it's great, it's a great feeling to have, with 2 outs in this Padre team, you're almost expecting this club to come up with a 2-out knock and score a run.
Yeah, their approach has been so good with 2 outs, and that is huge.
Ground ball by Zimmerman. Here comes Alonso. Moore's throw to the plate is offline. The Padres lead 5-2, and Jerko goes to second on the throw. 2 RBI game for Jed Jerko. Again, all with 2 outs.
For a lot of fun on that bench, and it gets to be contagious. And once again, a high cutter. Dan Herron has thrown some pitches up in the zone. The Padre hitters have been aggressive in hitting it and chugging around third. You go, big boy. Yonder Alonso. Gotta go. Come on. That's nice.
And now Blanks drips one. If it's fair, it's gone. Home run! A laser to left into the second deck of the Western Metal Supply Company building, and Kyle Blanks will touch them all. A 4-run 5th inning for the Padres. Number 3 for Blanks, and that was reminiscent of the line drive he hit for a home run in Dodger Stadium. That was still going up when it hit the bricks.
Me, Kyle. Me, strong. This ball is absolutely smoked. He may have taken a brick out.
That's right. Call the Mason.
of the Western Metal Supply Company building. That ball was an absolute laser.
So a couple of home runs off Herron here in the 5th inning, and here's Hundley. He fouls it back. Venable started it with a fly ball home run down the right field line. Double by Alonso, RBI single Jerko, and then Blanks with a blast to left.
I'm telling you what, there's going to be a day when Kyle Blanks puts one up and over that Western Metal Supply Company building where that sign, that scoreboard to the left, and he's going to give it a ride. I mean, if you've got a room over at the Marriott, you better watch out.
Out of play. Has anyone in your memory hit one into the seats of the bleachers? You know, those are nice little bleacher seats in the top of the Western Metal Supply Company up there.
I think, and correct me, there has been, I think, one, but I cannot recall who it was.
Somebody, that Chiron Bob knows.
I thought it was Andrew Jones, guys. I don't know.
Yep.
It might have been, Mark.
Now, if you want something misleading, they measure that home run as Hundley goes down on strikes. They measure it at 383 feet. That's only because the building got in the way. It was probably 483. Venable gets it started, and blanks with a 2-run capper. Padres with 4 in the 5th, and they lead it 7-2. Home runs in the bottom of the 5th inning to make it 7-2. Let's go back to Blank's home run and see how quickly that one got out of here. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. 3.9 seconds. You had the stopwatch on it.
Good call, Professor.
That's 383 feet in less than 4 seconds. That had a. You get that kind of stuff off a launching pad.
And you know what? I know we focused, it was yesterday, we were talking about Tim Stauffer a little bit. You know, Kyle Blanks falls under that category too, as far as a kid you really want to root for. You know, what he has went through as far as the injuries are concerned. Now that he's 100% healthy, that does wonders between the ears. You know what I'm saying? The confidence and your natural talent really starts to come through. So good for Kyle Blanks.
Guys down in the truck who have a more accurate system said that from the crack of the bat to hitting the bricks, it was 3.5, 3.5 seconds. And back to Blanks, he, like Cabrera, we forget they're young. They're only 26. They've got a good career ahead of them. Maybe a great one. Ground ball sharply hit at Alonso. And Adam LaRoche is out. He's still looking for a hit today to extend his 15-game hitting streak. He's 0 for 3. Andrew Cashner with some breathing room in that 4-run 5th inning.
Isn't that nice?
Absolutely. Sunday fun day, run day so far for the Padres. A couple of crooked number innings, 3 in the 1st and 4 in the 5th. Here's Tyler Moore. He struck out and grounded to 3rd. Fastball strike. That's hit well to center field. Venable retreating in a hurry and makes the catch. Going away. Outran it. Started a little slowly, but the ball carrying well here in the daytime, and Venable with a fine running catch.
This is some serious giddy-up by Will Venable in center field. It almost looks like he broke to his left at first and then did a beeline straight towards center field to snatch it for extra bases.
That's the Princeton Tiger going up for the high pass, and then if he had time, dunk it over the wall. Long-armed Will Venable and reaches up and steals extra bases from Tyler Moore.
And what a gentleman. Did you see when he up against the wall, the gate opened up, he went back to close the gate. What a gentleman.
You don't want to let the flies in. You got to, close the door. 2 away. Bernardina is flied out and walked.
There's the gate. Will doing a great job. Hey, watch your fingers there. Yeah, there you go.
You mind raking the warning path while you're out there? That ball shot to right center. No one's going to catch it. And Bernardina's on his way to second. Might try for 3. Risk reward. He'll make it. A triple for Bernardina. You better be sure you can get 3 with 2 outs and trailing 7-2. And Bernardina with his speed estimated properly. So 2-out triple brings up Danny Espinosa.
Yeah, Andrew Kastner, sure, he just gives up a triple here with 2 outs, but he's got to think about getting outs with the 7-2 lead. Bernardina got extended. Hey, don't worry about that base runner. Get the next guy.
First triple for Bernardina. So 2 outs. Espinosa's fly to left and popped to third. The last 2 balls have been crushed by Tyler Moore and Bernardina. Late swing, Espinosa. 94 on the fastball. 7-2 Padres, top of the 6th. Another fastball
coming right at you. Good old country hardball. 2 fastballs at 94. Quickly ahead.
So do you throw him another?
Oh, I'll throw him another one.
Or do you waste one in the dirt here? You don't want to do that with a man at third.
Yeah, you might want to elevate one maybe away.
See if he'll go up the ladder.
I'm saying a high fastball somewhere.
Struck him out. High fastball in the strike zone.
Uno, dos, adios.
5 strikeouts for Kastner, and the Padres maintain a 5-run lead.
In the 6th inning, and tomorrow an all-new episode of Padres Weekly. You won't want to miss it. We are celebrating the Padres of the 80s. I know that's Mark Grant's favorite decade. We give you the best play and player. You won't want to miss that as we hear from Tony Gwynn. Also, a woman who battles with her own kind of struggles and yet still helping out others. The Padres honor her. And you wonder how this field here at Petco stays so perfect and green. Well, Jeff Lasky gets to hang out with the grounds crew, and we see a day in the life of what they do throughout the work week. So a great episode coming before Game 1 of the Padres and Cardinals series, guys, at 6 p.m. Tune in, okay?
All right, that's tomorrow night, Kelly, 6 o'clock. A great show.
Sounds like a great one.
Warms things up for the Padres' first game of the 3-game series with the St. Louis Cardinals.
Well, Henry Rodriguez now out of the bullpen for Davey Johnson's Nationals, 11 games. And what sticks out, folks, look at the walks. 9 walks in 11 2/3 innings pitched. But opponents only hitting 167. Rodriguez throws a fastball, and he can get it up there. 93 to 101 on the fastball. Curveball and also a changeup.
Last year with the Nationals was 1-3 in 35 games and a 5.83 ERA. Came up to the big leagues 4 years ago with Oakland. Was traded over to Washington in the trade that sent Josh Willingham from the Nationals to the A's.
Hey, a couple of fireballing right-handers matching up here. Henry Rodriguez on the left and Andrew Cashner hitting here in the 6th.
Bunt single for Cashner and a fly out to left. Last of the 6th, and the Padres with a 7-2 lead. Another fastball strike. 98 on that one. Didn't know where that one was, and it kicks foul, third base side. LaRoche. Oh, bobbles the ball, and Cashner beats it out. So Andrew Cashner just didn't jog his way to first base on what appeared to be an easy put up, but Adam LaRoche may have taken his eye off the ball looking for his pitcher Rodriguez. It's an error on the first baseman.
He just kind of stabbed at it. Anticipating that ball being in the glove and just closing his glove a little bit too soon. And Andrew hustling hard, giving him 90 feet. And that's how rallies start, right?
You bet. LaRoche, a sure-handed fielder. That's unusual to see him boot one like that. That was an easy chance. Here's Cabrera.
That's why you always have to bust your tail down that line. Routine grounder.
That's a classic point. That was a sure out.
Absolutely.
His bat. A little two hopper. Cashner's hustle pays off. He's aboard. No one out here in the 6th. And Cabrera, who's 1 for 3 today. 1 ball, 1 strike on him. Just a review for you. Padres got 3 in the first and 4, including 2 home runs in the 5th inning for their 7-2 lead. Will Venable with a leadoff home run in the last inning, and then Blanks with a 2-run shot to close things out, scoring 4 times. Padres will take that as Venable beats the relay. Perfect. Get Cashner off the bases. Get a better runner at first base. 1 out. That's the fielder's choice that even the manager Bud Black might applaud.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the San Diego Padres and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
You know, Mark Sweeney really did a good job of reading.
Oh.
Did you happen to hear him when he read that?
I did.
I mean, he puts a lot more feeling into it.
You want more cowbell is what you're trying to say?
Yeah, just, he soothed it. I mean,
how many O's in that soothe?
Oh, boy, he had about 5 O's in it.
I did hear that one night, I have to confess.
Will Venable with 1 out. Cabrera has a steal today, 16 now to lead the National League. And he was leaning, but Rodriguez's throw wasn't close enough for a quick tag. Venable and May awakening.
Yeah. Hopefully as the summer heats up, so does Will Venable.
Club leader in home runs now with a half dozen. It's going to be an interesting battle to see who wins the home run title for the Padres this year, because there are plenty of candidates. Venable has 6. Headley has 4 home runs. Quentin has 4. Alonso has 5. Jerko has 4. He goes. Not even a throw. Number 17. Everett Cabrera.
Yeah, no contest, huh? If you're keeping score, you'll probably put SB for stolen base. Well, under SB, you could put NC. No chance at throwing him out.
No chance. And there he goes to third. The throw by Suzuki. Not in time. Dropped by Zimmerman anyway. 3 steals in the game. Back-to-back pitches. He pilfers second and purloins third.
I love it when they do it back-to-back pitches. And even for Suzuki, you've got the front door open with the left-handed hitting Will Venable. But the secondary lead, Cabrera dives towards the outside part of the bag there. Zimmerman cannot find the hand. Even he catches that cleanly. There's no way to get Cabrera. Nicely done.
You always pick Cabrera. Did you get him today?
I picked last. I had no chance.
Oh, Kelly stole Cabrera from you. Yeah.
I told you guys. I thought I could pick up a few points with that. What a day. What a day for Cabby.
Let's see. Let's add up. A single in the first inning. A steal. That's 2. He scored a run 3. Struck out 1. So you got to take 1 away. That's 2. And now 2 more steals here. That's 4 points.
And Davey Johnson bringing the infield in. And Kelly and Dick, you know what? This is why I always have a tendency to go with Everett Cabrera, because speed is something you can bring to the ballpark each and every day. You get a walk, you can steal a base.
So that fielder's choice does pay off. You get Kastner back in the dugout, and now the ground ball to first. Here's the throw to the plate, and he's out. Infield in, and LaRoche makes up for that error with a solid strike into his catcher Suzuki, making the tag on Cabrera. Venable safe on the fielder's choice.
No second guessing there. That's why the infield is in, as you mentioned, Dick. As soon as an infielder gets that ball, the runner's committing. He's going on contact. Now it's just a matter of catching it cleanly and blocking the plate. Suzuki does a nice job of that.
Boy, that Cabrera, he's so fast he races a dust storm on every slide. Now here's Headley. Walk, a single, and a ground out. 1 for 2. Venable second on the club in steals with 7. Behind now 17 for Cabrera. Low and away. Suzuki has to be a bit disheartened the way the Padres have run on him in the series. 7 for 7. Cabrera has 6. There goes Venable, and now to throw again. Rodriguez not holding on the runner. You can't put that all on Suzuki. Number 8 for Will Venable. 5 steals for the Padres today. Venable, Headley, and 3 by Cabrera.
Yeah, Rodriguez with the high leg kick and slow to the plate. Will Venable taking advantage of that.
That makes 8 for 8 steal attempts in the series for San Diego. And a chance for Headley to pick up another run.
That was close to a block there.
Kind of meandered off the rubber, didn't he?
Well, he didn't. To me, it looks like he didn't stop. He just went right, set position, kind of bounced back up, and then went into his leg kick. He stopped there.
The ball didn't stop until it hit the screen, and Venable to third on the wild pitch.
Fastball. You know what? When Suzuki set him away, and then you throw the ball 96 to 98, 99 miles an hour down and in, that's tough to make that adjustment when you're anticipating a ball down and away.
3-0 to Headley. Ball 4. And Carlos Quentin comes up with 2 out and 2 on.
Hey, Padre fans, the San Diego Padres games are more fun when you bring a group. It's awesome. Groups as small as 20 people can enjoy big savings, special seating, a scoreboard welcome, and much, much more. Petco Park also offers several exclusive group facilities to fit your group needs. Reserve your group tickets or private suite today by calling 619-795-5555. There you go.
First and third for Quentin. Doubled in the run in the first inning. Padres leading 7-2, bottom of the 6th inning here at Petco on a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Inside, 2-0. If Quentin can time one of those 98-mile-an-hour fastballs, who knows how far he might hit it.
You know, that's a good point. And what is Rodriguez throwing here? That last pitch was a breaking ball, a slider. He knows that he can hit a good fastball.
That's a strike.
99.
And he goes back to the breaking pitch, 3-1. You almost have to figure he's going to get a fastball here. He's missed on the 2 curveballs or sliders. Venable at third, Headley at first. 2 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Padres trying to add on. Oh,
good hack.
Big cut. Ball was right there in the middle of the plate. Coming at you. That one shaking the screen. Runner goes. Strike 3 called. Quentin thought that was ball 4. DJ Rayburn has the final vote. Strike 3. Padres leave 2 more. It's 7-2 after 6.
Mark Sweeney and I working on the post-game show for you. Going to have to talk about the great job again by Andrew Cashner.
Yeah, excluding that changeup to Zimmerman, Andrew Cashner has been outstanding. Very focused and very determined to throw that fastball today. But his secondary stuff has been much better. I think he's done a nice job trying to compete, especially after that mistake to Zimmerman.
Very athletic, too. Got himself a bunt single and stayed in the game after taking a line drive off the glove that got everybody a little concerned. But he's doing a wonderful job as the Padres lead this one, which would even the series at 2 games apiece if they can keep up the good work. We'll see you in the post-game show, guys. We'll talk about that and hear from Buddy Black, too.
All right. The M&M combo will be with you. Lots to share with you on this beautiful day of baseball at Petco Park and around the American and National League. Highlights. Again, I'm sure they'll show that very touching moment at Tampa Bay. His father comes home from Afghanistan to surprise his daughter who threw out the opening pitch. Wow. Suzuki, the catcher, has a single and a ground out to second. Cashner 6 hits, one of those the home run, all the way to the screen, 2-1.
Well, that last toss for Andrew was pitch number 87, and looking back at his starts this year, he's thrown as many as 97. Last time out at Baltimore, 92. So this might be his last inning of work.
Bullpen is busy for the Padres. Tim Stauffer, the right-hander, and Joe Thatcher, the southpaw, getting ready. High fly ball, shallow and right. And Kyle Blanks puts it away for the first out. In the shadows of the bullpen, Thatcher and Stauffer. Yuri Perez is going to pinch hit here for Washington. Perez been up only 4 times, 0 for 4. And he gets to face the Andrew Cashner fastball.
Yeah, how about that? Coming off the bench cold. They do have a batting cage down there, but still. How do you practice up against a 95-mile-an-hour fastball with a little bit of movement? You can't do that in the batting cage.
1-1. Ryan Matthews, not the running back for the Chargers, but Ryan Matthews, the right-hander for Washington, warming up in their pen. Doesn't spell it the same way, Matthews. Late on that 93-mile-an-hour flame throw. I bet you can hear it sizzle when he.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Sounded like a strike.
That's what he told the umpire.
Yeah.
1-2. A little extra on that one, and they got away from it.
See the pitch breakdown, 92 total from the Conroe, Texas right-hander.
At TCU, he put the horns on the Horned Frog, didn't he? And now it falls to 3-2. Don't want to walk this man. He doesn't figure to be dangerous against Cashner. Nationals need base runners. Don't give them any free ones. What a play. Well, tomorrow night, 6:30 on Fox Sports San Diego, the first of 3 against the Cardinals. As you look at the Nationals box score, Lombardozzi with 2 of the 6 hits, the big blow Zimmerman's 2-run home run to account for the 2 Nationals runs. Struck him out. High heat. 6 strikeout for Cashner. Kelly.
Well, you guys talked about not being able to simulate that 90-mile-an-hour fastball, and Bud Black said today that could be the telltale sign for Cameron Maybin returning. Of course, he's been on the DL with that wrist injury. He says he feels the best he has all season. Of course, hitting in the cage right now, it'll be really different, won't it, once he steps out on the field and starts seeing someone like, oh, Andrew Cashner throwing that at you.
Yeah, thanks for that report. The good news is that Maybin's close to going on a rehab assignment, as is Logan Forsythe. They feel maybe within the next week they'll go down to the minor leagues and get some game action. Span takes a changeup for the strike. He has an infield hit to deep short. 1 for 3. He's hit all 3 balls at the shortstop position. They play him to hit that way, and he lines this one over the shortstop's head. A soft liner that plops into left center field. He's 2 for 4 today. Brings up Steve Lombardozzi, who also has 2 hits. And here comes Bud Black out with the scorecard to plate umpire DJ Rayburn. That means a double switch. Amarista jogs out of the dugout. He's headed toward the outfield. Carlos Quentin will come in. Blanks will move from right to left. Amarista to center, with Venable moving from center to right. Good job by Andrew Kashner, and the fans behind the Padre dugout stand and salute his exit. Baseball brought to you by Petco, where the healthy pets go. And by Fortune 55 Scratchers from the California Lottery. It's more luck for your buck. There's Mark Grant, Kelly Crow, Dick Enberg here at Petco Park. Andrew Kashner, 6 2/3 innings, allowed the 1 home run to Zimmerman for the 2 runs, 7 hits, no walks, and 6 strikeouts. Well, you got 1 walk there. Where did I miss that one? Oh, back in Bernardino walked back in the 4th inning, 1 walk.
Overall, a great day for Andrew Kashner. And as I mentioned in our open, getting better and better with each outing.
Tim Stauffer relieves him. And we mentioned the outfield alignment now. Blanks in left, Amarista in center, Venable in right. There are the numbers at Tucson for Stauffer.
Good to see Timmy back. Alexi Amarista in center field.
Lombardozzi, and the count goes 2-0. I asked him today, is there anything a veteran pitcher like yourself, now 30, you're recovering from the surgery, you're in Tucson, Pacific Coast League, line to left, and that hits the chalk line. Fair ball. On to third goes Span, and into second with a double, Lombardozzi. He measured that perfectly, didn't he? Raised chalk on that left field line with that slicing line drive.
Well, 3rd hit of the day for Steve Lombardozzi, and this is a fastball that just catches too much of the plate. It's down. But look at Lombardozzi, and as you mentioned, Dick, he kicks up some chalk there, keeping it fair. Still 2 outs here, so Tim Stauffer concentrate on Ryan Zimmerman.
Zimmerman, a 2-run homer, his 3rd homer of the year, fly out and a ground out. That's a strike. So I said, your experience, a veteran, have pitched 1 game in the big leagues last year. Is there something, all that considered, that you learn when you go down to Tucson? He said yes. He said you learn you want to get back to the major leagues.
Yeah.
Line to right, that's going to fall in front of Venable. 1-run scores are going to hold the other as Venable's throw comes in. It's 7-3 as Zimmerman delivers his 3rd RBI of the game. And some 2-out trouble being stirred up by the Nationals here in the 7th.
Well, the Nationals doing a nice job of going the opposite way. We know that Ryan Zimmerman has pull power, Well, this is a slider off the end of the bat, hitting it to the right side. Lombardozzi going the opposite way. Ryan Zimmerman going the opposite way.
So a double by Lombardozzi and a single to Zimmerman given up by Stauffer. He jogs off, and Joe Thatcher will come in to pitch to the left-handed hitting Adam LaRoche.
Pitching change, and as a reminder, be at Petco Park when the Padres take on the Toronto Blue Jays. The date is Saturday, June 1st. First pitch 7:10. The first 25,000 fans, you're going to take home a replica Padres road jersey and a pet bandana. Presented by Petco. Be sure to buy your tickets and save at Padres.com or get on the horn. 619-795-5555. A couple of cool giveaways.
Yeah,
be
that's
the cool kid in school, right?
June 1st. Yeah, there's time to order your tickets. The earlier the better. You save. As Joe Thatcher comes in, trying to get the final out here in the 7th inning. Adam LaRoche 0 for 3. That's a strike. So after Suzuki flied out and pinch hitter Perez struck out, the looping single to left center by Denard Span, and that was all for Cashner. Stauffer came in, gave up the double on the left field foul line by Lombardozzi, and Zimmerman single to right for the run. That's charged to Cashner. And Thatcher quickly in front of LaRoche, 2 strikes. Again, Adam LaRoche is on the best hitting streak of his career at age 33. 15 games in a row, but 0 for 3 tonight.
You know, Tim on the bench reviewing what those 2 hits for the Nationals. Hey, they went the opposite way. It pitches away. Now it's Joe Thatcher's job to leave him out there.
2 strikes on LaRoche. And he's up and in. Wastes that one. Set up that big sweeping breaking ball of his. Lombardozzi at third and Zimmerman at first. 2 outs in the 7th. And the Padres leading by 4. And the count levels at 2-2. Bryce Harper not in the starting lineup the last 2 games, but we have to guess that he is available to pinch hit. Line drive up the middle, base hit, another run scores. It's 7-4. LaRoche's hitting streak runs to 16 in a row. Just reached out and punched that base hit up the middle. 4 consecutive hits by the Nationals here in the 7th. Lombardozzi checks in.
It goes to show you that you don't have to necessarily hit it on the sweet spot, because when you look at this inning after the 2 quick outs, the single to left off the bat of Denard Span, the double, Lombardozzi going the opposite way, Zimmerman going the opposite way, and LaRoche really wasn't on that last pitch. He just got enough on it. A little tennis lob to center field for the base knock.
Just dropped his bat on that low pitch. Perfect direction. So now it gets serious as the Nationals cut the lead to 7-4 and bring the tying run to the plate. Tyler Moore. And the first pitch in there for a strike. That run Lombardosi's run charged to Tim Stauffer. Closed the book on Cashner, 6 2/3, 3 runs earned, 7 hits, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. Shot to third, and Headley's glove is in the way. That took it out of left field. Ball hit hard, and finally the Nationals out in the 7th. They get 2 runs on 4 hits and leave 2. Stretch half of the 7th. The Padres 7, the Nationals 4, and our fans will stand. God bless America, our Marine recruits. Let's join in here on Fox Sports San Diego.
Please stand and welcome an artillery officer with the command element of the 15th Marine Expeditionary Unit, Captain Scott Baird. Please sing along as he presents God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Captain.
Three runs in the first inning. Quentin with an RBI double, and Jed Jerko also with a double right over the bag at third for a 3-0 lead. Ryan Zimmerman's 2-run home run off starter Andrew Kastner in the fourth inning made it 3-2. The Padres came back with their own home runs. Venable leading off the fifth with a solo shot, and Kyle Blanks with a laser to left. A 2-run home run to build the lead to 7-2 before Washington scored 2 runs here in the top of the 7th inning on 4 consecutive hits, RBI singles by Zimmerman and LaRoche. Ryan Matthews comes in, bottom of the 7th. Yonder Alonso, Jed Jerko, and Kyle Blanks scheduled for San Diego. Matthews, 29 years of age. The right-hander is 6'3" and 215. His third year with the Nationals. Was 5-3 last year in a solid ERA, 2.85, 66 games.
He's kept the ball in the ballpark in his 15+ innings of work. Ryan Matthews, 3-pitch pitcher, fastball, slider, and a split. 90 to mid-90s on that fastball.
Alonso a sacrifice fly in the first inning, fly to center in the third, and doubled to left center in the fifth, and scored on Jerko's single. And he falls behind Alonso 3-0. RBIs today, Jerko with 2, Blanks with 2. Alonso, Quinton, and Venable each with a RBI. At the knees, 3-1. Washington suddenly out hitting the Padres in the game, 10-9. That 4 consecutive base hits top half of the inning. Up the middle, and Alonso dissects second base on the way to center field. He's 2 for 3.
I was just going to say, it'd be nice for the Padres to get at least one of those runs back that the Nats scored in the top of the 7th. And that's a good way to start it off here. Alonso using the center of the diamond. Right over the bag, as you said, Dick. Dissecting second base.
Well, I love the double play. You love the ground ball to center field.
Absolutely.
Jerko, an RBI double, a walk, and an RBI single. 2 for 2 on base all 3 at bats. Scored a run and driven in 2, so he now has 15 RBIs this year. His double gives him 11, more than any Padre.
Long drive to left. If it's fair, goodbye. It's foul.
About 10 feet against that solid brick wall. He got it all.
Wow. Fastball out in front just a little bit too quickly, but great extension.
Yeah, we are going to have to call a Mason after this game. There's some loose bricks out there at the WMS Company building. 1-1. Comes back with a breaking ball.
Little slider, tight slider from Ryan Matthews.
It's Californian. Played college ball at Sacramento City College. A balk. And that'll move Alonso to second base. So what'd I do? Let's check and see what he did to deserve the balk.
Well, this is real time. See how he bent over a little bit. See when he was set, he kind of bent over just a little bit.
Oh, that's really a thin call.
Well, what you got to stay still. You can't do any movement until you get. Once you get in your set position, you're getting the sign. You have to stay still. You can't make any movement.
And the count now goes 2-2 to Jerko. So Jed with a chance to pick up another RBI. Has a couple with a single and a double. The speedy Alonso aboard, ready to rumble around third. And the count full.
Let's take another look. And it's very subtle. Watch, he's set. He's looking in for the sign. Watch him bend just a little bit right there. See, because he's set getting the sign. And once you make a movement, you have to go into your stretch. If you make that one little movement and stop, hence a balk. Move him up 90 feet.
Ball 4. I want to go back to that just because for clarification. He didn't have the ball in the glove yet.
It doesn't matter. He's in contact with the rubber. He's in contact with the rubber. He's getting the sign. Once you make
but you have to make a move to put the ball in the glove. You automatically move.
He stopped. Watch. Getting the sign. He's set, right?
Ball's in his
once
hand.
he makes that move, he has to go into a stretch position, and he stopped.
I see. Okay.
Yep.
If he just goes in the stretch, okay.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
That one subtle move.
I thought I'd catch Mark Grant, but he's the. I mean, if anyone knows balks.
Hey, how about an unorthodox setup from Matthews? I mean, he's actually got that glove up against his face.
Kyle Blanks, long home run today, and that pitch is well out of the strike zone. Ball could have upset a guy, and this will upset the starter Dan Herron. 3.5 seconds for that ball to travel deep into the Western Metal Supply Company building. Number 3 this year for Blanks. 2-0. The Padres a chance with Washington cutting into their 7-2 lead, reducing it to a 3-run advantage, but here's a chance to get something back. Alonso a single and a balk, and now Jerko with a walk. How about Jerko? 2 walks, 2 RBI hits today. Three and 0. No, Matthews unnerved. All over the place now.
Hey, maybe it gets wild in the strike zone, and that's an advantage for Kyle Blanks.
On the outside corner. Good velocity, 93. Kyle flied to center, struck out before hitting that 2-run homer. Runners lead. First and second. No one out. Chopped at the plate, foul. There's the Padres box score. Each team with 10 hits. Alonso and Jerko, multiple hit game. Home runs, Venable and Blanks. Full count now to Blanks. Ball 4. The bases are loaded on a single and a couple of walks. That'll bring up Nick Hundley and will bring the pitching coach McCaddy to the mound.
Hey, while Steve McCaddy's out there, pressure time for Matthews, but Steve McCaddy had a heck of a big league career. And he was on one of those pitching staffs for Billy Martin with the A's. Mike Norris, Steve McCaddy, Brian Kingman. Remember when they had like 90-some complete games or something, the A's that year? When they blew out their arms, it was like 1979, 1980. I mean, they had so many complete games that year for the Oakland Athletics. Billy Martin gave the start of the ball and said, you know what, you're going to finish the game. Rick Langford was one of the starters as well.
Good recall.
And I remember them on the cover of Sports Illustrated, the starting 5 for that Oakland A's team, and they were all out of baseball within the next couple of years.
2 years later, they were on the cover of the AMA Bulletin.
But a lot of innings for the starters.
So McCaddy trying to settle down Matthews. With the bases loaded, no one out to Nick Hundley. Fouled out, popped up, and struck out. Takes ball 1. Nick in a tough string here in the throes of a 2 for 38.
All the pressure's on Matthews here. Nick can look for a good pitch to drive. Boy, this could be a huge inning for the Padres. Nobody out, bases loaded.
Left field, falling in a hurry, and the catch made by Moore. Tagging and scoring is Alonso. That's one of the runs back. It's 8-4. Sacrifice fly for Hundley, his 12th RBI.
You could hear it, the ball off the bat. Really not that clean, crisp sound off the end of the bat. And good job by Alonso there. As soon as that ball's up in the air, retreating back to third base and scoring easily. As you mentioned, Dick, get that run back.
Tyler Moore misjudged it a bit and had to make the sliding catch. Late charging on that when he read it coming off the bat, going deeper. So Jerko at second, Blanks at first, 1 out. Amarista bats for the first time in the 9th spot of the order as Bud Black made that double switch. Quentin spot number 4 now occupied by the pitcher Joe Thatcher. Two 2-0. Padres trying to make it 11-3 in their last 14 home games. And raise their record to 20-23. Colorado looking at the scoreboard in the 7th. You know, Colorado had lost 10 straight games to the Giants. Once they found out how to beat them, they're doing much better. They've won 2 in a row, and they're winning again today. Trying to make it 3 straight against the Giants. They've knocked them out of first place. Line drive, base hit over Zimmerman. Padres will get another run. The run gets away. As Jerko slides in safely, the ball gets away, and it's 9-4. The runners move up to second and third as Amarista delivers a RBI single to left. Jerko able to come home, and that was going to be a close play had it been handled cleanly by the catcher Suzuki, but the ball skips away.
Oh, what you really have to love about this whole situation, this game, as we get late into the game. First of all, the nice hitting by Amarista, taking the Ryan Matthews pitch down and away, spanking it that way, but the Padres adding on late. Nationals scoring 2, and the Padres answer right back with 2 so far here, and Davey Johnson will bring the infield in with the runners at second and third.
Charged left fielder Moore with a throwing error. The infield in, runners at second and third for Everth Cabrera, and he pops it out of play. Blanks at third, Amarista at second.
Jerko sliding towards foul territory. Ball comes out of the glove. Came out, but a good athletic slide right there by the all-stater from West Virginia in basketball, Jed Jerko.
Yeah, he could take a foul,
yeah.
take a charge
take
there.
The charge.
He went around. Cabrera trying to get his thoughts together. Chance for him to pick up a couple of RBIs here. He's 1 for 4 today with 3 stolen bases. So credit Amarista with a RBI. The runners move up an extra 90 on the throwing error by Moore. Zimmerman, Espinosa left side, Lombardozzi and LaRoche on the right side in tight. 9-4 for the home side after that tough 2-1 win against the sterling right-hander Jordan Zimmerman last night. Score's decision, since the ball was in the glove of Suzuki, he could have elected to charge him with the error. But at the moment, it's Ryan Moore gets ticketed. Line drive, base hit. Cabrera delivers again. 1 run scores. Here comes the throw to the plate by Span. 2 runs come home. Amarista scores. And the Padres have hit double figures. It's 11-4. Boy, that's getting to be a delicious habit for Everth Cabrera, coming through. 2-out RBI singles. He won it last night with a base hit.
Oh, some good hitting. Squared it up. The range cut down with the infield in. Everybody's off and running. Hard holding back the smiles in that Padre dugout.
On the top half of the inning, Washington gets 2, so the Padres say, all right, we'll just score 2 times 2. How about the crooked innings? 3 in the first, 4 in the 5th, 4 in the 7th. Not wasting the time on those singletons. Well, that's a pretty sight.
Yes, it is.
But Blatt looking right at those numbers. Venable, a high drive to right center field. That's up the gap. A long run for Span. He can't get there. Here comes Cabrera around third. He'll score on a double by Venable. It's 12-4. Will Venable, a home run and an RBI double.
I just love the way the Padre hitters are capitalizing on mistakes out of the hand of Ryan Matthews. Tough inning for the right-hander. Getting some balls up. And Will Venable getting into the act.
12-4. Now it's Headley, the 8th man to bat in the inning. 5 have scored. Strike at the knees. Pitchers spot due next. 2 out. And swing and a miss by Headley. Kotsay is on deck. And would hit should Headley keep it alive here. 5-run go round, 7th inning. One and two. Headley walked in the first inning and scored. Singled in the third and stole a base. Grounded out and walked again. 1 for 2. In the dirt. Suzuki saving another 90 feet with that stop. Drew Storen, right-hander, gets ready. And the count goes full. Headley was down on the count, 2 strikes, but Matthews having trouble. Runs it full.
Boy, a lot of pitches for the righty Matthews. Next toss, number 35 this inning.
Ground ball right side. Lombardozzi takes care of it. And the inning comes to an end, but oh wait, that's only 2, and here comes the 9th man to bat. One out on Hundley's sacrifice fly, and now Headley with a ground out. Venable moves to third, and Kotsay, the 9th man to hit in the inning, batting for the pitcher in the number 4 spot. Inning like this where you've just done really well. It's like being at the crap table and you've just made a lot of hits and all the rest, and you say, I think it's time to go, and you walk away and you say, pardon me, sir, come back. You still got more money there that we want to give you.
Hopefully playing with house money.
Yeah. See if Kotsay can deliver.
Now that's a way to spend an afternoon. I think the guy on the right is sleeping, huh?
He's just pretending. He's listening. He's watching. Kotsay takes. It's 1-1. Hitting .324 overall, just 37 official at bats, and hitting .333 as a pinch hitter, 4 for 12. That one fouled back. 1-2. Yeah, 12 runs. There's no mean feat. Ties the Padres the 6th most in Petco history. 12 runs here at home. Ground ball. LaRoche to the pitcher for the out. And the Padres are out after 9 men come to bat in the 7th inning. 5 of them score on 1, 2, 3, 4 hits and a couple of walks as they build a 12-4 advantage. Fun day, run day at Petco. Well, saluting the U.S. Marines, Marine Appreciation Day here at Petco on this Sunday, and strong hitting performance by the Padres. 12 runs on, 13 hits, and lead at 12-4 as Tyson Ross comes in to work. Top of the 8th inning. He'll face Bernardina, Espinoza, and Suzuki. Bernardina tripled to right center his last time up. Tyson making his 6th appearance, his 3rd in relief. Remember again, because of that subluxation of the left shoulder hitting that center field wall in Dodger Stadium. Padres being very careful about how they use Ross. They don't want him to have any at bats. Feels he can defend himself with that left side on a comebacker.
A good opportunity for Tyson to be aggressive with this lead they have. 8-run lead, that's right. As we go on the top of the 8th, it's nice to have some breathing room and to have a little bit of a laugher once in a while, huh?
Falls behind Bernardina, 3-0. Yeah, got a little serious with the 2 runs scored by Washington in the top of the 7th. They had the tying run at the plate.
Yep.
And all of a sudden that is erased with a big 5-run bottom of the 7th for the home team.
And Steven Strasburg having a chance to look on. We're wearing the shades today on the bench for the Nationals.
And the leadoff walk.
Oh, not good.
Wait a minute.
He called that a strike, and then Bernardina flipped his bat as if it was ball 4.
Well, that looked like it missed the strike zone. Let's see.
Well, that's got to be the worst feeling ever. Now you got to go back to pick up your bat.
And the umpire didn't like the fact that you showed him up a bit. And Bernardina loses his bat and is getting close to being tossed by Rayburn. Davey Johnson comes out to rescue his outfielder.
Looked like my last pitch was right on the corner as far as Fox Tracks was concerned. Tyson Ross pounding it down and away. That's a strike.
Yeah,
just below the belt, yeah.
He's not a very good umpire. Foul back by Espinoza, who is 0 for 3 today. Fly to left, popped to third, and struck out.
Having a little trouble with your whiteout tape there, Professor? You look like a ticker tape parade over there on your scorebook.
That's a tough inning.
Hey, I like messy innings on the Padres side.
I do too. They just don't make those whiteouts the way they used to.
Here, I'll give you mine. You can have this.
I've got another supply somewhere. I'll run out. Buy me another dozen. That'll last a week.
Hey, there's a messy scorecard. That's a good sign.
A ball, 2 strikes. Off the fist. Alonso with a quick flip to Ross. 2 away. Well, Yasmani Grandal, he can compete in 10 minor league games as his suspension comes to a close, and he was in his first last night for Tucson at Iowa and had a 2 for 4 game, knocked in a run. He's not playing, surprisingly. He's not in the lineup today. So he's available to return in 8 more games.
So that's May 28th, correct, Dick?
And we're just saying that May 28th, the Padres will be in Seattle. He may or may not report immediately, may just come here. They play Seattle the next night at home.
So
or may not be called up. They may keep him in the minor leagues.
They may
for a while.
option him. They'll have to either option him or put him on the big league roster. Hey, stay tuned. ...
2 outs to Kurt Suzuki, a single and 3 at bats, and the count goes 2-0. Hitting star for the Nationals today, Ryan Zimmerman, home run and a RBI single, knocked in 3 runs. 3 hits for Steve Lombardozzi, a couple of singles and a double. Chad Tracy, who punished the Padres in game 2 of this series with a pinch hit home run in the 10th inning to win it 6-5. Is on deck. That's a strike. 3-1.
You know, Dick, we work with some great people, and our lovely and talented stage manager Francie, she fixed your whiteout tape. It's like brand new.
Wow, money saved. Easy correct, it says. Fly ball back of second. Venable calls off Jerko. Collects the final out. The 1-2-3 inning for Tyson Ross. Who needs whiteout?
And MLB.com at bat is the #1 source for live baseball everywhere you go. Available for iPhone, iPad, Android, and BlackBerry 10. At bat delivers Padres baseball with live audio, pitch tracking, stats, news, highlights, and much, much more. Text at bat to 31826 or visit Padres.com for more details. Dick?
Yeah, thank you, Mark Rand. Close the book on Ryan Matthews. An inning, 5 runs, all earned, 4 hits, 2 walks. No strikeouts. And here's Drew Storen.
Well, in 16 plus innings, he's a strikeout guy. He does have a power arm out of that Nationals bullpen. Getting a little bit of work here. Storen, a fastball, 90-96, slider, changeup. It's been all good this afternoon for San Diego. And it's been a beautiful day at the Park at the Park. Coming to a ball game, enjoying a beautiful day and a beautiful score right now as we go to the bottom of the 8th.
And for the Washington Nationals, a rude way to send them out of town. Quick look at their scores this year. No one has scored in double figures against Washington.
What are you doing?
Well, this is the biggest bombardment their pitching staff has had to absorb. Yonder Alonso, sacrifice fly. Flied out to center, doubled and scored in the 5th, singled and scored in the 7th. 2 for 3, 2 runs scored, and an RBI for Yonder. He hits one well to deep right field. Back goes Bernardina. It's gone. Alonso touches them all. Number 6 for Yonder Alonso. And it's a 13-4 lead.
Boy, what a day at the dish for Yonder Alonso. Sac fly in the first, a double, a single, now a home run. And once again, a great sign, pulling the fastball with some authority. Wow. Going to the jack deck.
So he and Venable now share the home run lead with a half dozen each. He leads in RBIs now with 26. Jed Jerko up 4 times, on base 4 times. Boy. 2 walks, RBI double, and an RBI single.
Boy, Alonso is getting to the fastball and pulling that fastball.
Let's see if Jerko can make it 5 for 5, reaching base safely. 0-2 the count. Fouls that one away. The 13 runs now the fourth most ever scored by the Padres here at Petco. Swing and a miss. That's the first out of the inning. Storen with a strikeout of Jerko brings up Kyle Blanks. Blanks, one of the 3 Padre home runs today. Rechecking the Washington, the very early part of the season, the 4th game of the year, they lost to Cincinnati 15-0. This is their 2nd most runs allowed in a game. Blanks flied out, struck out, hit that bullet up into the bricks for a 2-run homer in the 5th, walked and scored in the 7th. Good play by Glenn Hoffman there at 3rd. "13 runs, 14 hits for the Padres. 4 runs, 10 hits, and a couple of errors for the Washington Nationals. 1 out here in the 8th. He went around 1-2. Padres scored 13 runs in Chicago, so they've tied their high for the year. That was April 30th against the Cubs. Oh, hit him.
Looked like an off-speed pitch from Storen.
Blanks jogs to first base. He's been plucked a few times this year. It's the 5th time. 5th time he's been hit by a pitch. Well, he's a big target.
Yeah.
There's a lot to hit there. It didn't seem to be any intent because of the way the Padres are pummeling the pitching of Washington today. Here's Hundley, the only Padre in the lineup without a base hit. Sends a high pop fly into right center. Bernardino with the catch. 2 away. We're going to have to, let's see, I think the Padres live, the post-game show, they're talking about maybe extending that to 3 hours today. Lots to cover.
Wow.
Mike and Mark, they're campaigning to extend it, but they'll, their talent, they're going to squeeze so much into the half
hour. They are
hour.
so fired up. I love those guys out there. I mean, they're just
enough. Swing and a miss. Amarista singled in a run in his only at bat in the 7th inning.
I don't know what I'd do without those 2.
I do.
Care to elaborate?
I'll meet you downstairs after the game. Shot by Zimmerman. That's a repeat of his hit the last time up. Amarista 2 for 2.
Hey, coming off the bench, yeah, I can do that. Second time up, base knocked the other way. or the overall feeling, the overall confidence of this Padre team today hitting, it's just been unbelievable. Now 15 hits for the Padres.
Two singles for Amarista. Two on, two out. Leadoff man Cabrera knocked in a couple of runs with a single the last time up. 2 hits, 2 runs scored, 3 stolen bases for a pretty full day for Everett Cabrera. Most hits by a Padre, the Padres this year in a game is 17. They now have 15. And a sharp shot, but it's right to Lombardozzi. And that's it for the Padres in the 8th. They add 1 on Yonder Alonso's leadoff homer and lead it 13-4. Junior stars of the game. Well, you can give a star to the entire Padre lineup as they've racked up 13 runs on 15 hits. Home runs by Yonder Alonso, Kyle Blanks, Will Venable. Quite an explosion on this Sunday at Petco. Cabrera chipping in with a couple of RBIs and 3 stolen bases. And the final run of the 13 on that home run by Alonso into the Jack Becken right.
Yeah, we can split that star up, right? Distribute it amongst the Padres offense. Nicely done up to this point.
Tyson Ross goes to work here in the top of the 9th inning. Retired the side in order in the 8th inning. Jonathan Solano is the batter, pinch hitter. First time we've seen him in the series. Backup catcher.
Well, you know what, Dick, today for the Padres, they've been really doing well in runners in scoring position.
7 for 16. That's a .438 average.
Wow.
Ross walks the pinch hitter, Solano, to open the 9th. Brings up the leadoff man, Denard Span. Probably out to talk to Tyson Ross, saying, come on now. 13-4. Let's get these guys on their way to San Francisco.
Yeah, earn their way on, right? No free passes. Go right after them. Make them hit it.
Span has a couple of base hits today. 2 of the 10. Man on deck, Steve Lombardozzi, has 3. And Zimmerman 2. So the first 3 men in the order for Davey Johnson with 7 of the 10 hits. Top of the strike zone, ball 1. While Washington travels north for a series in San Francisco, the St. Louis Cardinals come to town tomorrow night for the first of 3. That's a strike. Jason Marquis against Shelby Miller. Miller with a 1.40 ERA. He's won 5 games. Then Tuesday night it's Volquez against Adam Wainwright. And Bert Smith will get his 3rd major league start on Wednesday night. The Cardinals have not indicated who their pitcher will be. Up the middle could be 2. Jerko, Cabrera. In time for the 4-6-3 double play. They get the speedy Span. Always a perfect double play. Ground ball sharply struck to Jerko.
Well, Span can get down the line. It was very close at first base. Let's check out the feed. A little bit of a hump there, but Cabrera realized he's got to really fire up that arm over to first base. Wow, too close to call from that angle. Hey, to hang with him. 4-6-3.
Labradozzi, after flying to left, has singled twice and doubled. That'll help his .210 average starting today. In fact, it's raised to 25 points. Change up, slider.
This would be a good game for Tyson Ross to finish off, huh?
Get the final 6 outs.
Yeah. Shake hands with your catcher. That's always a good feeling. Doesn't matter, you know, the saves are great, intense, gut-wrenching. You know, you go out there, you got a 13-4 score, and there's just something about getting that last out and then greeting your catcher halfway, shaking his hand, and greeting the rest of the team for the victory.
Chopped up the middle. That'll be a real tough play for Jerko. Quick throw in time, and the ball game is over. The Padres, they do miss an extra point, but they wind up with a 13-4 win over the Washington Nationals. And Padres Live brought to you by Cox's.